recorded in major consumer goods and industrial stocks, including Nestle, Nigeria, Bua Foods, UACN, Guinness, Nigeria, and Nikkei Industries. Despite the overall decline, investor confidence remained positive as 37 stocks gained compared to 27 that recorded losses. Among the top gainers were Cadbury Nigeria, Trans Nationwide Express, and Unilever Nigeria, each rising by the daily maximum of 10%. Sahara Group has called for a new approach to financing Africa's energy sector, saying stronger governance, improved investor confidence, and better prepared projects are essential to attract the investments needed for the continent's energy transition. The call was made at the third edition of the Asharami Square Forum, held in Lagos under the theme Energizing Africa's Future, Legacy, Impact and Transformation. Sahara Group's Director of Governance and Sustainability, Jiro Gray, said Africa's energy future must be shaped by local realities and supported by balanced, evidence-based journalism. Special Advisor to the President on Power Infrastructure, Sadiq Wanka, said reports in Nigeria's electricity sector had created new investment opportunities, but stressed that access to finance remains the biggest challenge. He urged journalists to pay closer attention to policy implementation and investment opportunities in the sector. Panelists at the event agree that Africa has sufficient capital to fund infrastructure development, but said stronger governance, greater transparency, and well-structured projects are needed to unlock investment. Germany has announced a new program to help Nigeria reduce gas flaring by converting wasted gas into economic value. The initiative expected to support Nigeria's energy transition, cut emissions, and create new economic opportunities. Speaking at the Nigeria Oil and Gas Conference in Abuja, German Ambassador to Nigeria, Annette Gunther, said the program would explore ways of using gas currently flared for domestic consumption, industrial activities, and hydrogen production. She noted that Nigeria flared about 5.3 billion cubic meters of gas in 2024, making it the world's seventh largest gas flaring nation and resulting in an estimated annual economic loss of 1.5 billion United States dollars. The ambassador said the project forms part of the long-standing energy partnership between Nigeria and Germany, covering renewable energy, hydrogen development, natural gas infrastructure, and climate action. She added that both countries are working together to support Nigeria's energy transition plan. The Nigerian Safety Investigation Bureau and the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency have agreed to strengthen cooperation on maritime safety through a new framework for data sharing, safety investigations, and technical collaboration. The agreement was reached during a meeting between the Director General of the NSIB, Captain Alex Bade, and the Director General of NIMASA, Dayo Moberola, in Lagos. The framework is expected to improve information sharing, capacity building, and coordinated investigations into maritime accidents. According to NSIB, the partnership will support the implementation of safety recommendations from accident investigations and promote safer navigation across Nigeria's inland waterways and coastal areas. Captain Bade said the collaboration will strengthen data-driven regulations and help Nigeria meet international maritime safety standards. He also congratulated NIMASA on Nigeria's recent election into Category C of the International Maritime Organization Council. On the foreign scene, European regulators have approved Paramount Skydance's proposed takeover of Warner Bros. Discovery, clearing a major hurdle for the deal. However, the merger still faces legal challenges in the United States. The European Commission granted approval after Paramount agreed to end its film distribution partnership with Universal Pictures in Europe within 13 months and refrained from entering a similar arrangement for 10 years. Despite the European approval, the merger remains on hold in the United States after a coalition of 12 states filed a lawsuit seeking to block the takeover. The states argue that the merger could reduce competition and negatively affect cinemas, cable distributors, and audiences. And that was the news update on Today 95.1 FM. I'm Queen Chima. Thank you so much for listening. Good afternoon.
Today's news, today's entertainment, today's sports, today's issues. Today on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
Maybe home is somebody's smile when they look at you for the first time. Maybe home is being a home to something you love and adore with all your heart. And that is what life, friendship, and love are all about. Maybe home is listening to all of your favorite shows on Today 95.1 FM. We create memories. We inspire comfort. We are the voice of the people, and we are home away from home.
So every Thursday by this hour, 1 to 2, we talk health, body district on Today 95.1 FM, Voice of the People. Important because we have health conversations twice a week. Because of how important it is to talk about your health. And this time, noon, every Thursday is particularly targeted to do that. Interesting because whatever you're doing, whether you're driving, you're on your way back home, or you're still working, you're at your business space, you want to learn a thing or two, you have the opportunity to lend your voice also, be part of the conversation, and ask questions. Usually, we have professionals that we get to talk to on whatever topic that we bring up. And today is a very important one, as always, because it concerns everybody. Now, because we're going to be talking about a particular gender, you may think, okay, it's not, I'm not a woman now, so maybe I should not listen. But the thing is, if you have a pregnant woman, or if you have ever had a pregnant woman in your house, whether she's your wife or your sister or your mother, you know how concerning that phase is, from conception to when the woman gives birth, or maybe not in some cases, because that's why we're going to pitch our tent on a particular discourse today. But I have been with pregnant women in the house, whether my mother or aunt or just, and I think it's quite a delicate phase for a woman, the phase that she goes through, conceiving. We don't know when that happens, but you just know the woman says that she's having a baby, she's pregnant, and then she carries the baby to full term, and then birth the baby, and then starts to take care of the baby. So why it's important is that you're not just taking care of a baby, you're taking care of a woman and a baby. That's after childbirth. And when the baby is still the still fetus in the womb, you're still taking care of the person carrying the child, and then the child. So, and maternal mortality is the death of a woman during pregnancy, childbirth, or within 42 days after the end of a pregnancy, from causes related to or worsened by pregnancy or its management, not from accidental or unrelated causes. We're not talking maternal mortality, but I thought to point that out because the discourse we're going to be having today has to do with the point after the child, the baby is out. And I had to say that because to draw your attention to maternal mortality, because when we talk about maternal mortality, it's not when the woman is carrying the baby alone or when she's in the hospital to deliver. It also happens 42 weeks after the baby arrives. So there could be complications. And I read somewhere that after India, Nigeria is second in maternal mortality rate. That's troubling. After India, we're second. So today we're going to be looking at what happens after a woman has a baby. What exactly happens to her body, to taking care of her? How do the people around her cater to her needs? What transformation exactly happens with the woman? And should there be delicate, intentional care targeted to taking care of a woman after she's had her baby? Now, there was this story trending online where a woman said, I gave birth just 2 weeks ago, we had sex. Now my tear has opened. What can I use to close it? Sometimes you see these stories and you're wondering, okay, real or not? Just these things happen, okay? What's a story online? Now, a viral post like this reminds us that postpartum care is everyone's business, not just mothers, but fathers, partners, and families too. So, how long should couples wait before resuming intimacy after childbirth? How should tears and stitches be cared for? What warning signs should every new parent know? Join the conversation today. We'll be talking to some Nigerian students, Nigerian University Nursing Students Association, NONSA, and they will share very practical, life-saving information every mother, father, and family should know. So you get to be part of the conversation, like I said earlier. You can do that dropping a comment on Facebook, Today 95.1 FM, a question, a personal experience you've had, something that's sadly led to maybe someone losing their mother or their wife because of neglect. Right, you could share a story like that, and then you can send text or WhatsApp messages to 0701 Text or WhatsApp message will do to that number. I'm joined by two beautiful women, Ojuma Emanuela. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining me on Body District. Good afternoon, Emanuela.
Thank you for having
Emanuela.
me. Yes.
And also Akama Destiny. Good afternoon, Akama Destiny. It's good to have you on Body District.
Good afternoon. Thank you.
Okay, let's begin with you, Destiny. I mean, you just come closer to the mic. All right, that works. What should postpartum care look like? Or let's begin this way. How important is postpartum care?
Okay, so I would say the importance of postnatal care cannot be overemphasized because now you're dealing with not just one life, you're dealing with more than one life. It's funny how if a woman is not properly taken care of and her child as well, it affects the whole family because safe to say the woman is like the pillar of the house to an extent. So it is very important because the mother is in a critical period, the child is in a critical period. Now, one thing to know is that babies, they don't even have their immune system developed by this time. So we have to be very meticulous and careful when taking care of them. Likewise, the mother, she's in a period of fatigue and weakness, so she has to be given utter care and priority throughout this period. Thank you.
All right, Emanuela, I think a lot of people assume that once a baby is out, the woman is fine. Oh, thank God. I mean, that's like relief, obviously.
Yes.
But it feels like, oh, we're done. Everyone, you can go home now. Is that what it should be?
No. Honestly, just after the mother gives birth to the child, the journey just started. That's when postnatal care starts. Because people lay emphasis on pregnancy and childbirth, but then they tend to forget that the care after matters so much, because it's very important. If the woman is not adequately cared for, it affects the care that she gives to her child. If she's not healthy enough, how can she adequately care for the newborn? And she just did something so extraordinary. She just gave life. So why not care for her? Because her body is healing too. There's so many processes that have gone in a system. In the body's trying to go back to pre-pregnancy stage, so she needs to heal properly. She needs all the care that she can get. So it's very, very important that she's adequately cared for in that period.
All right, so let's paint this picture. What truly happens to a woman's body during the first 6 weeks after the baby's out?
So immediately after the baby's out, the
Yes.
cervix of course is still open.
Okay.
The uterus is still open. Say she had tears, they sutured, it's healing. So things like, she has to be very careful, because if she indulges in day-to-day activities that she would normally indulge in before that period, she could relapse. Say she had a tear now, she could have that tear, the stitches torn, and then she'd have to go for resuturing, which she would not want to have. There could be infections. There's so many complications that could go on. So that's why it's important that she leaves everything, rest, allows her body to heal before going back to engage in activities that should normally, you know, be
And
involved
this
in.
should happen even if the woman's had 3 babies earlier.
Yes,
Because
yes.
I've seen women, this is true life story. I was in the market I think 2-3 years ago, and they said, this woman, you just born yesterday, you got market today. And I just seated somewhere and watching. So there are women who do that.
Yeah, they do
That's
right?
because here, when you want to take your time to rest, they term you as weak.
Okay.
It's not weakness. It's all part of the healing process. So because of the narrative we have around, women are just subconsciously forced to jump right back into life, forgetting that they need time to allow their bodies to heal properly before delving back into whatever business that they had. They need to take time to heal. So it's not weakness, it's part of the healing process.
Or do women, do they also understand? A lot of women, it's like you said,
There's
the
a
expectation.
narrative,
This is what
yeah.
society expects, that you should be up and doing. I mean, I've heard some men say you're not the first woman to have
Yeah,
a baby, right? So why or you're not the first woman to get pregnant.
Yeah.
I've seen those narratives. So, but why you already stated, right, why the woman should be resting. Sometimes it's a healing process.
Yes, it is.
There could have been a tear, vagina tear,
And
so
that
you need to
region is still
heal.
very sore.
So for the women who sort of jump all out into the world and they're either working, maybe going to the market, some of them truly don't have anybody to help. That's why they just do it. But some people just think, I've had my first baby, I've had my second, I've had the third, maybe this is the fourth, and I'm grown now, for the lack of better words. So I could just dabble into anything. Are these conversations not had during antenatal?
Yeah, they are. We emphasize them a lot, but just not everybody obeys rules. You get, so not everybody will do what they're being advised to, and then everybody's system is different, and you're unique.
Okay.
Just as I am unique. I mean, I've had 4 kids, but for me, I'll still be so weak, tired. I'll not even be able to do anything, even after my 4th child. But for the other woman, she feels energized. This, that. We as healthcare professionals, it's our job to just advocate. 4 to 6 weeks, stay off. Be good, rest, to get yourself so you can function better. But then, if they don't take the advice, you still just continue to advocate.
We just have to
literally
lend our
what we do.
voices.
Yeah.
Because most women want to play superheroes.
Okay.
They are not superheroes. Because Mrs. Okafor does it, doesn't mean you have to now fit in the shoe.
Right.
If you genuinely have pains or you feel you're not ready, there's some sort of discomfort, it is advised.
Doesn't make you less of a
No,
less
it
a
doesn't.
woman.
It's advised that you take out time to allow your body properly heal before delving back to whatever
It's just
business.
like having your baby through surgery and then having your baby
Yeah.
vaginally doesn't make you less a woman.
Valid, yeah.
It's just that it had to happen. Now, because of that story, it points the light exactly to postnatal care, all right, caregiving to mother after the baby is out. I think that there's this attention that people pay on women. I mean, it's like everyone just, you just had a baby, there's care, your mother comes, your father comes, everybody comes to take care of you, and your husband, everyone thinks you should rest. There's that attention. But maybe for some people, they don't have it because they don't really have people around them, or people who should be there are far from them. I have friends who are outside of the country, and then the man and the wife just have to just find their way through everything because of the challenges of probably bringing a parent to that country. Then even in Nigeria, maybe certain circumstances could make these things happen. We're going to talk about how a man and a woman can navigate that period, especially if they're alone, they don't have any other person helping, or they cannot afford help. But that story that we started with, intimacy after childbirth, let's talk about it. Yes, because what exactly is what happens when a woman has to be torn, her vagina has to be torn for the baby to come out? Why does that happen? And what kind of care and attention does that kind of woman need?
Okay, so a lot of times why episiotomy is given is to expand the breast canal. Maybe there might be a case of CPD or prolonged labor, or maybe there's just difficulty of the head passing out towards the outlet to come out so that the baby can be delivered. So that's why we give episiotomy most times. And then, especially in primary mothers, but not all primary mothers get these cuts, but most times, because that place is quite tight. So we need to expand.
By primary mothers, you mean?
Mothers, first time delivery, yes. So the aftercare is basically sitz baths. We advise mothers to do sitz baths. That's sitting in a warm water. I think we did it when we were kids too. Just get a warm water and then you kind of like sit in it for a few minutes. That is what is advised. And then take some prescribed analgesics to reduce the pain.
Prescribed?
Yes. Thank you. I think that's basically what we advise them to do.
And then for cesarean section, the woman who's cut open so the baby can cuts on her stomach so the baby can come out. What's the kind of care? Do the hospitals keep her there until she's ready to go home, or sometimes they let them go home and continue care from the house?
Oh, like she said, if there's no complication, if there's no need to hold her back, she's let to go home. But then she's advised that she should care for that region properly. It's advised that you use a napkin and warm water to just clean the surface. You don't have to scrub. This is not time to be all clean. Just pat dry. Keep the region clean and dry to prevent any form of infection or bacteria, and then you're good to go for cesarean section with us. And then avoid heavy lifting. Cannot be overemphasized because you just had a cut. If you had a surgery too, you'd be advised not to do heavy lifting. So I don't know why the mothers feel they have to now prove that they are strong, and then they want to start lifting the stuff, going to the market. If you can't do it, please voice out or get somebody to help you. If it's your neighbor, your partner, your spouse, your relative, call their attention. Please help me pick this up. Please help me do this. It's not a crime.
Let's stay a little on the proving thing. Maybe not the fact that women have to show up. They have to prove. I know you talked about society earlier. How exactly should a woman get to that point where she understands that she needs rest and she deserves rest, and understand what her body is telling her per time, not neglect what the body is saying?
I feel like if she understands that everything that she does, every decision that she makes, she's not just making for herself. She's literally making for the newborn. And if she's not there, healthy, not just being present now to care for that child, we know what happens to children with their parents. There's nothing like a parent caring for their own. She literally knows what she went through to push that child out. So why not care for yourself so that you can adequately care for your child? It's very simple. If she understands that, I think they would make better choices.
So let's talk about how we started this conversation. The story that was put online, where the woman, she got intimate with her partner after childbirth. When is the right time for a woman to start getting intimate after she's had a child? Is there a stipulated time?
Yes. Okay, so we healthcare professionals advise that for 4 to 6 weeks you can abstain from sexual activities. But like I said earlier, everybody's different and everything solely depends on the woman. Now, if the woman is not physically ready, if she's not emotionally ready, I don't think she should engage in any sexual activity. So yes, we are giving you a time frame, but if you don't feel capable enough, if you don't feel okay enough to do it, just abstain from it.
Are there signs that a woman sees apart the mental readiness because of the mental work that goes into having a baby, the mental, emotional, and psychological changes that a woman experiences? Are after having a baby or during pregnancy and after having a baby that could affect her social life, maybe the way she relates to the people around her. We hear about postpartum depression,
yes.
and even the way she relates to her baby and even her partner. Physically, are there some signs that would show that this woman is not ready, that the woman can look out for and say, I'm not ready to get sexual with my partner?
Okay.
So you spoke about depression and all that. So after pregnancy, like I said, the body's readjusting back to the pre-pregnancy stage. In this stage, some women do not like how they appear. Yeah, some of them can't even look down there. They are like not satisfied. They look in the mirror and they can't recognize themselves. So first of all, if you're already feeling like that, that
That's a
shows
lot.
yeah, that's a lot. That shows that you need to obviously speak up, ask for help, emotional support your partner, explain to them that, oh, this is how I feel about me, which is very valid. And they shouldn't dismiss that. That's another thing. They shouldn't dismiss that. They should take you to get counsel, professional help. Then how does she know that she's actually ready? We say 4 to 6 weeks, so that, like I said, the muscles down there, they are very sore, so they need time to heal. So when there's no soreness, or you don't feel any sort of pain, you know that, oh, you are healing. But still, you need to be cleared by the healthcare professional. You cannot say you are ready. No, you need to go for your postnatal follow-up care and be cleared and be deemed ready before you can engage in sexual intercourse.
Okay, just to add to what she said, there's something we call local too. If you're still seeing this local discharge, I don't think it's advisable to start engaging in sexual activities.
Okay, so those are like from physical, because I saw a story where someone said she was experiencing vaginal dryness. She didn't think she was ready. Then there's also the mental part, like you spoke about. You don't feel good about your body, and if you plan to get intimate, it was going to disrupt. I mean, the flow. So physically, there are no like physical signs. What are like red flags that if even the partner notices, even if the woman doesn't notice, the partner notices and could suggest medical attention?
Okay, so if there's a smelling discharge, you know that you're having foul smelling discharges, that calls for attention. Or you're running a fever, your temperature is persistently high, even after taking medications, you're still having that fever, that's a sign of infection as well. Yeah, those two are some signs that you can look out for.
Then we can also do blood pressure checks. If her blood
Yeah, your
pressure
vital
is
signs and
really
all
high,
that.
that's something to go to the hospital
So,
for.
talking postpartum depression, because we're talking postnatal care for the woman, how, what is it? Because some people know, but maybe a lot more people need to know about it. As watching a video, I think the Olu of Worry's wife, she said her life changed after she had her second son or first son or so, one of her sons, and obviously postpartum depression, and then she felt like she didn't know herself. A lot of things changed. She had an interview with on CNN, and not a lot of people talk about it. We're beginning to talk about it, but we're still not a lot of people talk about it. That a woman could feel awkward after childbirth, could feel not herself, and all. What is postpartum depression, and what's the targeted care and help for
Okay.
woman?
So, in my own words, I would lay emphasis on this a lot because postpartum care has done more harm. Postpartum depression has done more harm than good. Now, postpartum depression is an intense sadness. It's not the normal feeling sad because you don't have money or this or that. It arises during this postnatal period, and this woman is intensely sad. She has increased anxiety. You'd even see her having hits for her child. She does not want to be around anybody. She doesn't want to do anything. She doesn't want to eat. She doesn't want to bathe. She just wants to be left alone to wallow in whatever she feels like she's wallowing in. Yes, and this is a very painful period for the mothers too. So one of a very crucial thing she needs this period is support and care. She does not need anybody telling her that, oh, are you a wicked person? Why don't you need to carry your baby? Is it not the person you gave birth to? She needs so much care, she needs so much attention, and she needs medical help. Now, not all people, not all persons that visit the mental health facility are mad. We just need help. Nigeria is already stressful enough. So we need to do mental health checks as well. So you going to the mental health facility to get yourself checked because you don't feel good does not mean you're mad. So your spouse should be able to support you, and you should seek help from your psychiatrist, your anybody, a therapist, talk therapy, anything that can get you out of that mood is really advisable. Thank you.
You want to add to that because it's a huge part of postnatal care, the way the woman feels about herself, about her baby, and the whole process that she's been through, and how she relates with her environment. And maybe you want to point out to those signs, right? Those warning signs that if the woman doesn't even identify that that's what's going on with her, people around her could spot and call her attention to it.
So, signs of depression for the woman could be activities that would normally give you joy or make you feel happy. You don't find joy in them. I heard of a story where the man was saying his wife gave birth and she refused to feed the baby for the first month. And she kept telling him, carry this child and give it to the mother. She could not even ascertain that that was her child at that time. And the husband would tell her, don't worry, feed the child before the mother comes. That support, that reassurance, just feed the child before the mother comes. So things like this, you not wanting to, the mother's not wanting to be around your child, or them worrying too much that they're going to hurt the child. They don't know how to carry the child. They're extremely cautious. Things that are not supposed to make them flare up, they just shout, they start crying, they're angry, always angry, they're very, it's as if their skins are itching. Those are signs that the mother herself might not even be able to point out, but people around her can tell that your emotions are on the high side, or your emotions are very, very low. So that's like the mood change and all of that mood swing. People can tell, but she can't tell. Those
What sort of help
signs.
does the woman get when this is spotted?
So it's advised to seek professional help, but before you do that, like I said, the husband that was reassuring her, don't worry, just feed the child. Just be there for them, the support, the love. Don't start judging and say, this is your child, or start raising your voice, start trying to explain. There's something they say that nobody's mad. They're all normal in their own way. Because that feeling that she's going through or that emotion is actually very valid. That's what she feels at that time. So you validate that feeling, and you don't question or try to argue. You validate that feeling and reassure her that, oh, you can still just calm down, just do this, let's go and bathe, don't worry, just bathe first, let's eat. You don't have to pressure her, you have to go back to feeding the baby, you have to bathe your baby, you have responsibilities. No, that's not the time to nag. You have to give her the time that she needs to calm down and come back to a normal state.
Because even the woman may not put a grasp to what's happening to her, because you're torn between, I just had a baby, why can't I care for my baby? Why does my baby look strange to me? Why do I feel the way I feel? Am I a bad mother?
So many questions.
And then yes, those questions, and then there are people around you who are not showing you that support, who think you should just live up to the responsibility, be a good mother, take care of your baby. Well, you're still listening to Today 95.1 FM, Voice of the People. It's Body District. And today we're looking at care after a woman has a baby. In simple terms, after the woman has her baby, what sort of care, what sort of attention does she need? Who should show her that support? Who's responsible, just the woman or the people around her? How do you spot red flags, especially after the woman has had a baby? We started by saying that maternal mortality is on the rise in Nigeria. Nigeria is second after India, and maternal mortality is pregnancy after pregnancy and then 42 weeks after the woman had her baby. So that period round is when a woman could sadly pass. Sometimes people think once the baby arrives, then everyone should just relax. But the professionals here say that's even when another real work begins. Everyone has to be up and doing, ensuring that the woman is fine. It's time to get your thoughts, right? Your mother, a new mother, you just had your baby 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, a month ago, or you've had a very touching experience that you may probably want to share. And it sort of looks like knowledge saved you, right? At some point where you were just trying to be up and doing, cleaning the house, going to the market, you just had your baby and you had to tell yourself you need rest or you needed rest. How did that save you? How did that make you fit and healthy for yourself and your baby? You could be a man, you have a story to share, or even questions to ask, or there are professionals here in the studio to give a response to that. The number to call is 0810 9510951. You can call that number. You can send a text or WhatsApp message to 0701 9339 962. That is 0701 9339 962. Text or WhatsApp message will work to that number. So back to you, Emanuela and Destiny. I saw a video where I like that people are becoming a lot more vocal with their experiences, health experiences, especially. These are not information that people like to just put out there for everyone to consume. But these days we have the privilege of having some people come out to say, "Oh, this was my experience, and this was how tough it was for me," or not. I battled fibroids. We had a difficult time having our baby, getting pregnant, and stories like these are relatable. You can learn from them, pick a thing or two, and still be unique with your own experience. But it just brings about this empathy and exposes women and men to a lot of information. So I saw the story where the man said after the woman, they had their baby, she was almost running mad. Life was really tough for the woman because the baby would stay up all night. They were taking turns, but it was taking a toll on the woman who just had the baby. So this particular, when the mother arrived and they took the baby away from her and asked her to just go and sleep, and that when she rested, when she got up, she felt it felt so different, the atmosphere. So brings us to this question: how important is rest for a woman who just had a baby, considering that you have to be there for the baby too? How do you balance that rest and being there for your baby?
The issue of rest cannot be overemphasized. It is very, very important. And that's why ideally your spouse has to be there for you, a kind partner, so that every opportunity that the person can lend a helping hand in taking care of the baby at that time, it could be during noon, at night, you get the rest that you need. Your relatives as well, they can help. Your neighbors, anybody. This is not the period to be existent in receiving the help that you need, because your body actually needs rest. Your body is healing, is trying to go back to the pre-pregnancy stage, and you just need rest, enough rest. If you are sleepy, you have to, of course, hand over the baby to somebody that can care for the baby, and then nap as much as possible. You have to nap.
Ideally, but we do have not so ideal situations. So women like that, what's their help? Who do they run to?
Even though the babies are awake most of the night, during the day, a neighbor or your partner, it just has to be your family dynamics. It has to be arranged. It just has to be prioritized somehow, that you get at least 8 hours of sleep, even though you're still caring for your baby. 6 to 8 hours of sleep, very important.
All right, let's take this call. Welcome to Body District.
Yes, good afternoon, Queen Tima.
Yes, good afternoon, Dr. Chris. Are you there? Can you hear me? Okay, try calling again, please. Welcome to Body District. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. What's your name?
My name is Jason.
All right.
Yeah, so I'm calling to ask some questions.
Please go on.
Like, shout out to the professionals that are speaking. Quite educative.
All right, go on.
So, like, I just want to know, right, what exactly counts as maternal mental health? Is it just like the postpartum depression or brother? And then, yes, I know that people have misconceptions about these things. Like, I really want them to talk about it, about the misconceptions that, generally, general society have about it. Do you get?
Misconceptions about maternal care?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Thank you for that question. You take note of that. Let's take this other call. Welcome to Body
Good
District.
afternoon. Good afternoon, Pritima.
Yes, good afternoon. I can hear you clearly now.
Oh, very well. Quickly. Mother, mommy, give me your breast milk. This I'll be
Okay.
singing. Mommy, mommy, give me your breast milk. If you give me your breast milk, I will grow to be upright. I will make the entire nation proud. Mommy, give me your breast milk.
Wow, you win a Grammys with this, actually.
Daddy, support our mommy. Quickly, Queen Chima.
Yes.
Yes, this is one of the music we sang in those days when we were in pediatrics. As
Oh,
medical students, and I think it's still being sung today to encourage mothers and to encourage fathers to give their children breast milk. Queen, there is nothing to be compared to breast milk. There is no formulation of milk ever on earth that can be compared to breast milk. So we encourage mothers, even if you're a working class mother, extract and keep. Somebody who is taking care of your child, even when you're deep asleep, and probably for whatever reason, breast milk has no equal. So we encourage our mothers and we encourage our fathers to provide enough food for our mommy to eat so that the breast will be a quality one. However, eat well, eat well. Whatever breast milk that is coming should be adequate enough in as much as you give it the way it ought to be given. Not to give today, tomorrow you give none.
all
Give
right.
next day, tomorrow you give the other one. Pure breastfeeding. I'm sure mothers know better. Especially those of them that go for antenatal. And we encourage them to go for antenatal. This is where they will be taught on all these things. Especially government-owned hospitals
All
that are
right.
not expensive.
All
Thank
right,
you,
Dr.
Queen
Chris.
Shima.
Thank you. Welcome to Body District.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
This is Chris. Honorable Chris Oku.
Welcome, Chris. Oh, Chris.
Yeah, there is something being in doubt. Does it mean that the mothers in the village and the mothers in the township, they are different species? Where, because I could remember when I was in the village, a mother would still go to farm, fry gari, do other sorts of things within a 1 hour. At times, you see them, they deliver inside the bush. Papa, come home, mommy don't burn inside bush. We'll go and bring it. But this time around, the wife, some of the wives in the town, is it maybe they just want to form? Is it that they just want to form, or it's just natural? The people in the village, the wives in the village, they are more stronger than the ones in the town. Because most of us now, your mother will leave you 2 hours, go to bush market, and still return back. Nothing will happen.
Okay. So you think the
So,
times have changed? Women should be up and doing all the time, right?
if they are forming, if it is forming, they should be strong now. They should be strong.
All right. They should be strong. That
Yes.
and a woman who just had a baby and has to juggle a lot of things is a sign of strength, right?
I see them in the village now.
All right. All right. Well,
Tomorrow.
all right then. I think you should give a response to that, right?
Okay.
Because we started by talking about that, thinking that if you are somewhere resting after you've had a baby, you're not woman enough, right? We just had a caller, and then the other person who's talked about misconceptions around post mental health for women after they've had their babies. We want to give a response to that, Destiny.
Okay.
You have to take a deep breath.
Yes.
All right.
So for one, there was literally zero to no awareness about what mothers passed through during the traditional times when it was really old. They'd basically do all their stuffs. Still, I understand where you're coming from, but you cannot compare it to times now. are changing. You cannot compare the foods we have now to the foods we had then. You know, you cannot compare the environments we had now to the environments we had then. Everything is basically different. Do you understand? And then our parents then did not even have anybody to tell them, okay, you need to rest, or you need to do this. So for them, it was like a normal thing to just do. Once you're done delivering, go back to work and everything. And funny enough, they had things that they were passing through, but they couldn't share. There was no avenue for them to share. There was nobody to help them. So they basically dealt with their own things by their own selves alone. So basically, they had all these things too going on, but they did not have anybody to share it.
But the concept of Omugo has always been a thing
Valid,
from,
yeah.
I mean, back in the day up until
True,
now,
it's
that
not
a
a recent
woman,
development.
there are certain treatments and
Yeah.
care
Yeah.
giving to a
the
woman
woman.
who just had a baby.
And then if you want to even go back, it's not everything she still does. She has an extent of farm work she would have to cover. She will not basically do it like how she did it when she didn't have a child or something. Do you get?
Yeah, just to add to what my colleague said, uh, everybody is different. Even for women that are having their third baby, they'll tell you that the experiences they had for their first child, second child, were completely different. So you trying to measure up the women we have in
Those
the villages or those days that go back to the farm and fry the gari for you, that doesn't fly, because you can't say they are forming. What happens to Mrs. Okafor is not what happens to Mrs. Chinedu. When Mrs. Okafor says she's feeling pain, and Mrs. Chinedu, who went through the same experience, is saying she's not feeling pain, it's not in your place to dismiss the emotion or the pain that Mrs. Okafor is going through. So that's why you can't say that they're pretending or they're forming. Everybody's body is different.
Yeah, go on.
That's very
Okay. And then if you want to go back to times, you know, you were talking about Nigeria having high mortality rates, yeah? So if you want to trace it back, this is one of the reasons why we had high mortality rates then. But now we're trying to bridge the gap and trying to reduce this mortality rates. That's why we now see mothers surviving more and thriving more than those times.
Yeah, and that's like, that could be an exclusivity. Because it happened like that and you saw it happen, does not mean that 10 cases like that or 100 cases like that could be brought out. The ones that did not go that way, of course, they will not speak about them, or they will term those women, or something happened. And, you know, before now, they would easily term things diabolical. When things like this happen, they don't term it medical or try to seek medical help. They go to the herbalists, the traditional whatever they have in their villages, to seek for help. So these are the issues. Because it happened does not mean that it happens like that all the time.
So what are those misconceptions, like what the young man asked, those misconceptions that people usually have? Remember the question?
Or mental health?
Yes, mental
Okay.
health misconceptions.
Like I said, like I'm still saying now, people are different and these things are reality. It is not in your place to dismiss the feelings, emotions, or thoughts that this woman claims to be going through, unless it has been cleared by a medical professional that, oh, you do not have this condition, or these signs are normal. Unless it is deemed normal by the healthcare professional, it is not in anybody's place. It is not in your neighbor's place to come to dismiss. Because, like she said, back in the day, there was no much awareness, and people could not even, mothers that gave birth then, when they were passing through all of these emotions and whatever, they were expected to live up to expectation, that's going back to work. And that's what most of them they did, which was the hard pea to swallow. And now they tend to tell you things like, hi, I have done it before, why can't you do it? Like, people have been giving birth. You hear things like, you're not the first to give birth, you're not the first to pass through this. There's awareness now. So if I can get help while I'm passing through this, it should be given.
Let's take this call.
Okay.
Welcome to Body District.
Yes, good afternoon, Chimo.
Yes, good afternoon. Welcome.
Yeah, this is Daniel.
Welcome to your house, Paul.
Yes, Chimo, in response to what the first caller said, and you are just said it all, that times are changing. But as a Calvary man, I go to see my mothers. What I mean, my mothers, both the ones in my people. I mean, grow up to see when they get back, they are confined to a particular room, like they call it party room. Children are 6 months, 3 months as get made. And here you see they fed them very well. And the food then, they are organic. They are not fertilized. And you see them growing up, giving their babies, good breast milk. But reverse is the case now. So that answered the question. Back then, since we are good, the environment was friendly, humans were friendly to each other, and all that. So you see that the mother will have time and energy to give baby breast milk. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. All right. Let's if we were to talk about summarily what care should be like for a woman after she's had her baby. What have those? What could be tips that you can share? You can just brood around that, brood on that. Emanuela and Destiny, while we take this call. What tips, necessary tips, but the mother, people around her who are taking care of her, can adhere to ensure that we have a healthy mother and obviously healthy baby. All right, that call drop. But you can call again, right? So I'll take your thoughts. Should I begin with you? All right, okay. Go on. What are those everyday tips? I mean, at least the woman, until she can feel that she's really back on her feet, right? What are those?
I'll start with your diet.
Okay.
It is very important because, like I said, everything you do to yourself, you extend that decision
To the
your baby. So your proteins, your fibers, your vitamins, fruits, these are things you can literally get. Your oranges, your beans, your fish, egg, your chicken breast, all of that should be included.
That's the time to eat a lot, right?
Yes,
No, not just
but with
eat a
caution,
lot,
with
intentional
moderation,
eating.
Okay, intentional eating. Okay.
Then your water too. You should drink enough water.
Because you see how women get really
that's why you have to be
robust.
intentional. Doesn't mean you should be obese because of
okay.
But of course your body changed. It's not you now. Your body still changed. So but then you're eating. You have to be very intentional. You have to drink a lot of water. Like 2 to 2.5 liters every day. The 75 cl, at least 3 to 4 of that, or your sachet water, which is 50 cl, 4 to 5 every day, because people forget to drink water. And now, as a mother who is very busy, you have your child, you're adjusting to the new life, everything around you is changing. You should be very intentional with drinking your water.
Okay.
Sleep and rest. And like we already said during the course of the conversation, do not put anything in your vagina. Somebody saying that they have it here, what should they put? No, that's not allowed. You should be talking about going to the hospital for a checkup. Do not put anything in your vagina. Do not have sex until it's 4 to 6 weeks or until you're cleared by your doctor to do so.
All right, let's take this call and then we'll come back to you, Destiny. Welcome.
Hello, my sister.
Yes,
Good
welcome.
morning.
Good morning.
Yeah,
Good afternoon. Did you just lead me into your morning?
Before I contribute what I want to say, I want to advise a bit. This is a woman program. Men should rest now. Make women. Since I was listening, no women.
No,
call.
I think men can call because these men have women as wives. They have sisters, and they also have a role to play. But thank you for your thoughts.
Everything they talk.
Thank you for your thoughts. Men definitely have a role.
Yes.
Maybe you want to add to the tips you share, right, Destiny, because he thinks men should not contribute. But I mean, the man is the father of the baby and the husband to the wife.
He should be the biggest supporter during this period. He basically should do everything the woman is not able to do to her full capacity. So he should get involved as much as possible. So of course, he's going to provide, get money to get foods for her to eat. Like she has said, she has to take her nutrition very well. Now, and also, he should be ready. He should be prepared to do birth preparedness for his wife. So after the birth, the delivery and everything, who are the persons that are supposed to provide support, with him included, to this lady? So the Omugwo Association, who is coming to take care of them, he should be the chair of the Omugwo Association. Also, he should also be an advocate for exclusive breastfeeding. He should be ready to take his wife and his child for immunizations, for postnatal checkups, all these things. Also, they should have personal hygiene at the back of their mind. It should be strictly adhered to. Like I said earlier, the baby has little to no immunity, and then we have to protect this baby for coming down with different diseases. Thank you.
Do men need care too? I mean, a man came up one day and said, it's not only a woman who needs attention when she has a baby. Our mental health is at stake
if
too.
They are feeling that much pressure, imagine the person that gave birth. That's extraordinary. So whatever they are feeling or they claim to be feeling,
maybe not claim.
Maybe so sorry. whatever they're feeling,
Yeah.
the woman is obviously going through exponential value of whatever it
So
is that
the
But
they're
men-
no, we're
going
not
through.
leaving them out. We're
They
not
should
leaving
go
them
to
out.
men support
Yes,
Yeah,
groups.
there are
yes.
groups like that.
They should book nurses for psychotherapy. Let's
They
talk
should
to
have,
them.
yeah, they should be vocal, have
Okay.
councils, all
Yeah,
of that.
my wife isn't talking to me after she
Yeah,
had a baby.
what should I do?
What should
Yeah.
I do? My wife just been sad after she
What
had a
should I
baby. She's not the
do?
woman I used to know. What should
Yeah,
I do?
true.
This is
And the
not the
man is
point
just
to be
lonely.
hating and be questioning and trying to nag.
Yeah.
Why you behaving like this? No, this is the time to sit down and learn what's happening with my wife. This is not the woman I married.
Right.
Why is she behaving like this? How can I help her? That's what we need. Not
This is why marriage is for mature people,
Yes,
because
Very
it takes a lot of
important.
selflessness to do this.
And sacrifice.
Thank you so much, Ojume Emanuela,
Yeah.
and thank you, Akama Destiny, for coming
Thank you.
on the show. It was quite an interesting conversation. Take care of yourself after you've had a baby. You're not a machine. You can rest, and you should rest. You don't need to prove anything
Anything
to
to make crime
anybody.
to rest.
All right. That's our show, Body District. 2 o'clock, the news update, and afterwards, Talk That Talk. My name is Queen Chima. Thank you so much for staying.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM. Whether it's happening in Port Harcourt, South South, Nigeria, or around the world, we've got you covered. On air, online, delivering balanced news and unbiased analysis. Today, 95.1 FM.
Today, 95.1 FM. Port Harcourt. News update.
Good afternoon. Here is the news update on Today 95.1 FM. I'm Queen Chima. The federal government has arraigned 3 suspects arrested by the Department of State Services DSS before the Federal High Court in Abuja following the kidnapping of school children and teachers in the Riri local government area of Oyo State. The defendants, Abdul Razak Umar, Yunusa Musa, and Shamsu Sani faced a 10-count charge on terrorism, kidnapping, concealment, incitement, and illegal mining. They are alleged to have conspired with other accomplices between January and May 2026 and professed membership of an affiliate Ansaru terrorist group. The prosecution further alleged that Umaru provided training to terrorists and incited members to commit acts of violence through a WhatsApp group tied to the oneness of Allah is the foundation of peace. Additionally, he is accused of engaging in unlawful gold mining within the Chaza area of Suleja between 2024 and 2026, violating the Miscellaneous Offences Act. A security source confirmed that investigations into the main suspects have concluded with their court appearance scheduled for next week. A coordinated anti-narcotics campaign by the Delta State Police Command has led to the arrest of 22 suspects and the rescue of 2 minors from a suspected drug den in Ozor and Abraka regions. The statement released by the Police Public Relations Officer, SP Bright Ed Daffy. The Deputy Commissioner of Police, Department of Operations led operatives of the command following credible intelligence. Ed Daffy revealed that the operation led to the rescue of 2 minors who were discovered inside a suspected drug den allegedly run by their own father. He, however, noted that the children have been placed in protective custody and are scheduled to be transferred to the Ministry of Women Affairs for proper safeguarding while active investigation into the suspect's activities continue. Reacting to the development, Delta State Commissioner of Police CP Yemi Oyini condemned the presence of children in such dangerous environments and called on community stakeholders, parents and guardians to partner with the police by providing credible information. Well, as part of its ongoing offensive against violent criminals, the Zamfara State Police Command has rescued kidnapped hostages and seized an AK-47 rifle alongside a motorcycle in separate raids. In a statement released by police spokesperson Yazid Abubakar, the primary operation occurred when armed bandits blocked Gumi Sokoto's road and kidnapped the occupants of a commercial vehicle. Following a gun draw where police operatives overwhelmed the attacking bandits and forced them to flee wounded into the bush, the violent crime response unit rescued 2 women and their 3 children unhurt before reuniting them with their families. In a separate operation, while the police team patrolled the Kaura Namuda Gusau Road, they encountered and engaged a group of suspected armed bandits in a gun draw, forcing the criminals to flee into the bush with gunshot wounds. Abubakar added that the command has launched a manhunt to apprehend the fleeing bandits, recover additional arms, and ensure all culprits face justice. Pledging the command's unwavering commitment to securing the state, Commissioner of Police CP M. Bello implored citizens to actively assist the police by sharing timely information to combat banditry effectively. Following months of violent and illegal migrant protests in South Africa, two Ghanaian nationals have petitioned the International Criminal Court to launch a preliminary investigation into the violence. The petitioners argue that the ongoing attacks, which have resulted in the death, beatings, and looting of shops and homes belonging to African migrants, could constitute crimes against humanity. The violence, driven by protesters who blame foreign nationals for domestic issues, forced tens of thousands of Africans to flee the country ahead of an unofficial June 30 deadline set by anti-migrant groups. The formal petition submitted to the Hague-based court alleges a widespread and systematic pattern of violence against foreign nationals. The document also accused President Cyril Ramaphosa's administration of failing to take adequate measures to prevent or punish the targeted crimes, including murder. In response to the legal filing, a spokesperson for South Africa's Foreign Affairs Department dismissed the ICC petition as opportunistic. Meanwhile, President Ramaphosa had previously condemned the violence and cautioned citizens against blaming immigrants for the nation's problems. And that was the news update on Today 95.1 FM. I'm Queen Chima. Good afternoon.
Today's news, today's entertainment, today's sports, today's issues. Today on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
Maybe home is somebody's smile when they look at you for the first time. Maybe home is being a home to something you love and adore with all your heart. And that is what life, friendship, and love are all about. Maybe home is listening to all of your favorite shows on Today 95.1 FM. We create memories. We inspire comfort. We are the voice of the people, and we are home away from home.
Looking to grow your business?
Ready to elevate your brand and reach the right audience? This is your moment to take your brand to the next level with Today 95.1 FM.
Your trusted voice, reaching thousands of listeners every single day.
From startups to established brands, we create powerful advertising solutions that boost your visibility and drive real growth.
Our affordable advertising packages are designed to give your business maximum visibility and real results.
Don't just advertise where people are listening.
Call us today on 0818-389-2850 or visit our station to book your slot now at Today FM Drive off East West Road, Obiako.
Today FM 95.1.
Your voice, your market, your success.
Live your truth. Express your love. Share your enthusiasm. Take actions towards your dreams. Talk your talk. And walk your walk.
It was years ago. There's a statute of limitation on this stuff.
Make today worth remembering as we discuss issues as it affects Nigeria moving forward. Talk that talk.
Weekdays, 2 p.m.
Exclusively on Today 95.1 FM Port Harcourt. Voice of the
2, and of course, you know, this is the hour to talk that talk. Talk that talk, of course, is focused on the Niger Delta and, well, with specific focus on River State and all things River State. And today, Queen and I will be doing justice to a River State topic. I think the news broke yesterday, Queen, right?
Yeah, it did.
About the governor coming out to say he has returned to his true family, new family, old family, anyway, something with family inside. And it's raised a lot of dust, particularly or especially in the camp of supporters of the governor. Many of them feel betrayed, and some even, yesterday we had a field day, fielding calls, and the sentiment was, we were behind him. Some people even died, and now see what has happened, and blah, 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 blah. And that's just, that's how the cookie crumbles. Now, I want to be a bit controversial. Please don't come for my neck, but after listening to what I can now conveniently, loosely, and jocularly call the wailing and the crying of supporters of the governor, I think I want to ask this question. Una I don't clear finish. Yeah, that's the question I want to ask. Una I don't clear finish. And it might seem a bit insensitive, but here's why I am asking that question. Books will tell you, economists will tell you, politicians, good politicians anyway, analysts or political analysts, political scientists will tell you, stop personality-based politics. But did we in Rivers State agree to hear? No. What did we do? Let's get into the political psychology of Rivers State. Well, some of us, some people, some quarters, I'm trying to be objective, so emphasis on the word some, treated politics like, how will I put it now? We became emotionally invested in persons rather than in institutions. So, he's the hero of our time, this and that, we're touting that. A lot of us never stopped to ask, instead of who do I love or why do I love this guy? What systems survive when this person leaves? I used to even say, you see, politics is a game of chess, not checkers. But I think maybe I should have focused a bit more on the voters, the electorate, because again, we, the electorate, we took it that politics is marriage rather than chess. We made the mistake of having permanent loyalty, forgetting what we always say, that in politics, no permanent friend, only permanent interest. Politicians think in coalitions, they think in negotiations, they think leverage, they think survival, while voters, many times the electorate, think in friendship and betrayal. Our eye don't clear finish. Now, maybe we would stop treating political realignments or political alignments as emotional betrayals and start understanding that as the politicians move strategically, we should take off the halo we've put on their heads. Oh, this guy is so charismatic. This guy is good. In fact, that goes for Peter Obi as well now. And treat it as, what's the word now? Yeah, we should be clinical. You see, when you go to a hospital, Queen, the doctor isn't looking at, petting you and everything. He does what needs to be done. If something needs to be cut off, he will cut it without sentiment or emotion. So maybe that's how we, the electorate, should start treating politics. We should stop making it personality-based. We should stop making it a tribal thing and start watching what they do and react, respond, recalibrate accordingly. Maybe then we can have a River State politics that is sweet to enter.
But that's a point to pick it from, River State politics. politics. Some people, I've heard a lot of people say the tag River State politics is quite deep, right? You have your meaning to it. Some people call and say, how is your River State? How is it going on there? What's happening? But here's the thing. I know that a lot of people were watching everything playing out, and you had predictions. You knew where this person was headed. You knew where the other person was headed. You said, some people said this is how it was going to end. And it's like a pendulum that swings. People were watching, okay, where you day, where you know day. We had the governor a number of times come out to say, I mean, I can still remember some words like
During
I would
the state
not.
of emergency?
Yeah, well, the whole crisis, the whole
Okay.
political crisis. Maybe paraphrasing now, I would not sell my kidney. I think there was a phrase like that.
Yeah, I will not sell my liver. I will not sell my kidney.
liver, something like that.
My mind, my spirit, I mean, my body has left brick house. There were
Then
so many.
there were phrases like whatever I'm doing is for the interest of Rivers people. So we also heard the governor say, I think after what resolution now peace, after what truce, we saw a video interview where the governor said, my Oga, right, pointing to the former
FCT
governor
minister, yes.
of River State, Nyesom Wike. And then we also saw the governor move from the PDP to the APC. Now, these were points points after points, or junctions after junctions, that people would perceive or try to dictate what the governor's mind or frame of mind was like. There were moments where people did not entirely understand what was happening. It's like, okay,
Or
are
maybe
you
they
here
chose
or
not to
there?
understand.
Are you here or there? Or are we getting to a destination? Then we saw the former governor it was early this year or late last year, the whole tour, the 23 local government
All
tour.
right, the thank you tour.
Yeah, thank you
Yeah.
tour that the former governor did rather, and we're watching how everything played out. And the next thing we had a release of a name, Rainbow Coalition, that this is targeted to ensuring that the president comes back to office. Now the governor comes out yesterday. That video I had, I don't know, I was just looking for it. I was telling you that what's
Yeah.
happened to that video. And
Everybody,
clearly,
don't worry, everybody. We've all
no,
heard
maybe
it.
I mean a
We've all
reminder.
heard it.
We'll play it again, right? And comes out again, and in his words, we have made peace in the state. This word peace, though, it's being used over and again. We have made peace in the state. I am supporting our Rainbow Coalition. President Bola Tinubu is our president and is the one we are supporting. This is not the first time the governor is openly supporting the president. I mean, he's a member of the APC
No,
now.
the part about
but
supporting the president
rainbow
is a non-issue.
Putting forward the Rainbow Coalition and say, this is where I am now. And he went forward to say that if you are with me, then you have to be with me for real. Let's do it. Let's continue. Let's do this together. Now, we don't know what's I'm trying to get into your head now, especially if, like you said, Dawn, you picked a side, right? Because there were people who would say this is it for on the part of the FCT minister. This is it for the governor of the state, and this is where I stand.
Indeed,
I'm not with this person or this other person. I am of the interest of the state, and I want to do that without staying on anybody's side. But we saw people clearly take sides, right? Call into our shows, and I mean, it's your decision, right? It's your decision to pick whatever side you want to, who you think you want to support or not, what ideology you want to put forward or not, or why you think that whoever you're supporting is most important than the other person supporting the other person. It's your choice. But back to where you started, Dawn, the Rivers politics and the play that we think or we expect that it's supposed to be more of the voice of the people. The people steering the polity. Yes, it may not look so, but the fact that the power truly belongs to the people.
Does it?
Okay. And the way the people handle that power determines what happens. Let's start from what plays out before someone comes into power to what you demand of that person when the person is in power, apart pitching your tent here or there. you also want to look at what lessons have been learned. Maybe you're thinking, I'm not surprised though. There's nothing that's left of this battle, this fight.
Yeah.
Well, Dawn and Queen, why are we talking about this? I already knew what was happening. I already knew what was playing in the background. But what's your emotion like? Disappointed? If you did pick a side, disappointed or not? This we did read on our 12 p.m. bulletin where the former acting chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Robinson Ewo, said that the governor effectively surrendered control of the state to the FCC minister Wike during last year's emergency rule. So, for Robinson Ewo, why are we all surprised? I don't
Okay.
understand. Why are people hitting their heads here and there? He said that the governor's public declaration of support for a rival candidate is old news, as the governor has already conceded political leadership long before his formal announcement. So this is like formal, but everything's been playing in the background. So the thing is, what's your emotion like? Did you feel bad? Are you now utterly, I mean, for those of you who say this is it, this is this person, it's either this person or no, do you feel disappointed? Or, I mean, it's part of the politics, Rivers politics.
I don't think I'll be asking Rivers people too much if they're disappointed, because going by the phone calls we've been receiving as we've had talks on various segments, a lot of people have called in to say they're disappointed and they feel let down and this and that. I think the focus now for us should be just as you say his name is Robinson Ewo, right? Just as he is being clinical, or he's looking at it from he's not wearing pink glasses anymore, that's for sure. Maybe that's how we, the voters, or we, the electorate, should start looking at this thing. The electorate have become too predictable. We are easily maybe distracted. We are easily sucked in by drama, sensationalism, and all of that. And then we miss out on the big picture. Oprah, no, not Oprah. Maya Angelou has this saying that Oprah uses. When somebody shows you who they are, believe them the first time. So maybe as an electorate, when all of this was going on and people were like, oh, leave it, as this man has come to say, oh, it's even a movie script, I'm paraphrasing, of course, maybe we as the electorate should have believed that, look, this thing might just be scripted, or this thing might be, what will I call it now, bobo juice or whatever, because, we got sucked in, or the electorate got sucked in by the drama. And now everybody's feeling some type of way because we thought things would play out differently. The thing is, things didn't play out differently because personality-driven politics, one, tribal sentiments, two, anywhere belle face, because some people were in it for their belle and all of that. And how has it played out now? Well, to the detriment of Rivers State and Rivers State folks. So maybe how we play politics now, or how we get sucked in now, should be different. We as the electorate should recalibrate. It shouldn't be about personality. It shouldn't be about drama. It shouldn't be about sensationalism, but about what really matters. And what really matters is governance. What really matters is give us good roads, give us comfort, protect us, because look what's happening. At the risk of sounding like a broken record, see the stalling of River State, all because of what I will now call political drama. So we as voters recalibrate.
And it's easy to say, let's shift the focus from personality politics to the people. But this is almost what's being played. Even apart Rivers politics, Nigerian politics, the personality plays a huge factor. There are methodologies and connections and choice to why people think. You think this person would do this. This person would perform better than the other person. Oh, this person has experience. What does this small boy know about politics? He wants to come and be a politician in Nigeria. You need experience. You need to be a tough person, right? And then there's a cycle, or there's a recycling that happens. That's why maybe some people say it's difficult to break godfatherism, because that person that you think is experienced has another person who is his choice candidate, who he may want to present or put forward as who should be the next person. And then maybe there's just a random person, maybe random in quote, and you say, no, the person doesn't have experience. So how would you even achieve taking away the personality politics. How does the change begin? And maybe one big question would, what kind of politics do you want to see played in Rivers State? What should it be centered on? Personalities, the people, and how can the people share this narrative so strongly that you begin to see the change, the needed change that you need? Because at the end of the day, it's what's happening in the state, what has changed from what it used to be. I'll go back to the agenda of this administration. What were their plans before they got into office? What were those promises? I remember the agriculture was solely one of it. What is the agricultural sector after 3 years? How can you judge that? We're talking about employment and employment happening how and where? What's happening to industries, right? How can jobs be created? How can River State return to what it used to be, so industrialized? Or are we moving backward and talking politics and pitching tents here and there? So you ask these questions, and then you ask yourself, what lessons have I learned from this? What lessons have I learned?
All right, so Queen, you asked an interesting question for the audience, of course. What lessons have they learned, and how can they come back from it? I'm paraphrasing what you said. The first thing is the electorate should realize that don't wallow in disappointment. Use it as a learning curve to do better. Many times we're told in other areas of our lives, aside from politics, learn the lesson and use it moving forward. So the lessons learned now, and I would love to hear the lessons that River State folks have learned, that you can use that and move forward. You also asked an interesting question, how we can now play politics better. Well, one of the ways we can play politics better is, well, ideology. We have to make sure, teach ourselves, and we in the media, we're already part-time teachers, as it were, teach ourselves how to focus on ideology. I was listening to a radio show today in England, and everybody's going on about who's going to fill in Andy Burnham's spot in Manchester, because he's kind of like the representative of that area in Manchester. And they were sampling opinions. Some people were like, "Oh, I like Andy. When I pass him on the street with my kids, he says hello. He's a nice guy and everything." And when they asked the person, "Would you vote for him?" the person said, "No, I'm Labour." "Would you vote for him?" "Oh no, I'm strictly conservative." And you know, Labour, conservative, and the independents, they all stand for something. So if Andy Burnham doesn't stand for what they want, you're not getting their vote. So maybe we, as the electorate, should now learn that, okay, let's move away. We've been doing it wrong as the electorate, as voters. Let's now start asking, what do these people stand for? And then focus on that. And when they come with their sensationalism and they come with what could look like drama, we don't focus on drama. We focus on, well, the tangibles, because drama is intangible. After all this, is the drama going to feed me? No. Okay, I'm not focusing on it. So yes, I'd really love to hear what the audience has to say.
So we'll get your thoughts now. Maybe another question would be, were you too focused on the drama and not asking necessary questions, or not thinking through everything that's happened in the past years, 3 years and counting? Were you too focused about who's right and who's wrong? Who's supposed to be doing what or not, and then as compared to what you should be demanding? 0810-951-0951. That's the number you can call. Send a text or WhatsApp message to 0701-9339-962. Drop a comment on Facebook, Today 95.1 FM, X, Today FM 951. It's Talk That Talk. Welcome. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
You know, you were talking about chess. In the morning, I was talking to my brother, Ekemenjema, and I told him that the River State government in Nigerian politics, River State, see, you can't have state in this country and you need the support of that governor. Otherwise, you might likely lose an election in this country. And that is why the president is doing everything possible to make sure that the governor is part of the Labour coalition. People should not be taken away. There's a way a pawn will remain in the board. It's the key pawn that will make the king, and the king remain alive. That's why because you see it's a chess game. There's a position a pawn will remain. If he didn't make sure that pawn remains there, he will likely lose that game. And that's why the party says, look, Your Excellency, you must lead this rebel coalition. As for me, Wellington, I will not support the governor, and the governor is a big stake when it comes to national issues.
All right, Wellington. Thank you. Welcome to Today FM. It's Talk That Talk.
Hello, Queen. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. What's your name?
Good afternoon also. My name is Chimadike. I'm talking from Mbokuta. Queen and Don, let us assume something. If the minister hasn't gotten the acquaintancy of the president, what do you think the governor would have done to the minister? Now you're coming to recognize the beneficiation that you have from the minister. Now what actually caused the trouble? Nobody has gotten details about it. So if now, as we are in different parties, the minister and the president, and the governor played that first one and got the acquaintancy of the president as in favor, do you think the minister would have been where he is now? The governor would have already cooked him. That is why me, for one, has never appreciated the governor. Even if he comes tomorrow and bring God in help and say he has repented, I will not agree. Because ordinarily the plan you had against the minister is something that if you are the brother of the minister, you cannot comprehend it. This is a man that brought you from nowhere and helped you to where you are. From all of a sudden, he became your enemy.
Chimadike, hold on a second. I understand everything you're saying, but here is the thing. We should now realize that, well, like I said earlier, politics is chess, not a marriage. And we as the electorate should start looking at it from a clinical position and not being sucked in by drama. Maybe if we look at things from clinically, then we're going to give ourselves the type of governance and democracy we need, where you wouldn't be saying things like, is it not this governor that brought him? Is it not this ex-governor that did that? Is that how politics should play out?
Now, Queen, is it Queen that spoke to me now?
Don.
Okay, Don, let me tell you something. One of the reasons why you've seen politics of the dirty thing is because you've forgotten that moral is supposed to be in politics. We don't have moral here. You understand? So when you say politics, it be as if you have power to do whatever you want to do. No. There should be moral attached to it.
Okay,
what has the man done to you that you play that kind of shenanigans? That's what I'm talking about.
Is that politics or our kind of politics?
Our kind of politics.
Because is that politics or our kind of politics? Is that? Welcome. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah.
Welcome to Talk That Talk. Can you hear us? Welcome to Talk That Talk.
Hello?
All right, we can hear him now.
Welcome to Talk That Talk.
Good afternoon, my sister in the studio. DS Lepene on the line.
Welcome.
Let me say that this move that the governor made yesterday is like squandering the good fortune they had with Rivers people. Because we look at the Rivers First agenda, that actually attracted the youth support he had in the state, not minding who and who supported him to be governor or not. But his Rivers First agenda actually lured a lot of people to support him. Having seen what we experienced under 8 years by the leader of the coalition, that coalition is not for the good of Rivers people, based on what we experienced in the 8 years. And so we never envisaged or expected anybody that wants to change the trajectory to be part of that coalition. If the governor knows how he is valued in this state, he would not have mentioned that coalition to Rivers people. He would have secretly joined them, but not telling us join, as if he's campaigning for that coalition that we are seen as anti-Rivers people.
Secretly, you're saying he should have secretly joined.
He would have secretly joined the
Don't you
coalition, maybe
think it's
supported.
he was being transparent? I mean, telling you, and also, I mean, just telling you that this is what I want to do,
Let
or
me
this is
tell
what
you,
I've
my
done,
sister
rather.
Queen, we saw attempt to stop him. It was an attempt to take life out of Rivers people because all the steps of the governors from the inception was gearing towards giving this state a life that we never experienced before.
All
And
right,
so
then.
when we saw them ganging up against him, it was an attack on ordinary Rivers people. And for him to think that he can just tell us because we lost to say no, we are no. That coalition you see is just for one person.
All right, then. Welcome to Talk That Talk.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, good afternoon, Dawn. Good afternoon, Queen.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I am famous for.
Welcome.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about what the governor said. Because it is very, very provocative. Let me just talk about what you guys discussed. They are the beautiful discussions, a very, very educative discussion you had there. Now, both of you agree that Rivers should turn away from nationality politics, right? Right?
Yes, we agree.
And then Queen talked about what have we learned, and then you also said ideology. Now, if you look at the personality politics is not a bad thing. You understand? Because if there are some you take as a role model, you understand? If the person in quote is somebody who is democratic, then the issue of personality politics would not mean so much. And then when you talk about what have we learned, I don't think Rivers will have learned anything. We've not learned anything. And then when you talk about ideology, yes, outside where they have ideology, every ideology, every political party that has an ideology starts with the people. Every ideology aligns with the people. And so they know that whoever that comes, we have that ideology, but they want to vote that person
All right, then.
ideology. But in on the side of this, our own side of politics, we do not have ideology, and our politics is not centered on the people.
All right, then. All right. Welcome to Talk That Talk.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Sonia. Oh, please.
Yeah, we can hear you. Go on, please.
Let me say this. There's something we call integrity. If you know that you don't eat dog meat, why are you using teeth to share the dog meat for people? I know they eat goat meat, but you say this one is goat meat, but let me have the water. Is it not the same governor who told us that we cannot? By the way, why did he start the fight? When we allegedly said that this is FCT minister's third-term agenda, that's the reason why he's bringing. People say that we don't know, we are the marketing Rivers State. Now, what are you doing? Who is ruling Rivers State? Is it Fubara or FCT minister? It's obvious now that it's FCT minister because whatever thing FCT minister has told Fubara is what he's doing. I withdraw myself. I thought maybe Fubara is somebody maybe that see A and call it A and the CB and call it B. But now,
all right, Honorable Chris. So Chris, are you saying that with what has happened, we have not learnt anything, and it will just continue as is?
I have learned my lesson from anybody that don't want to learn anything from Nigerian politicians.
All right, so what have you learnt, and moving forward, how do you intend to be a better voter?
Okay, let me say this. Most of the people that keep this country like this, I have marked them. And I'm not going to release any of my votes for them.
Is it about centering it on them? Is it just about them?
No, you
What
don't
if
understand.
they never come back to office? I mean, what if they never
No.
come back to any public office?
See, before you see a progressive nation, a light on the presidency, and you see how that all these allegations they are throwing that Mr. President is aware of some of the crisis that is happening in some states.
All right then. I needed to ask you that, Don. What if the person never comes to office?
by some stroke of fate,
yes,
right?
I mean, I'm not
And
going
you have
to
lost out on voting.
the person.
Okay.
So it still turns the question back to the personality politics. And I asked something. I said, it's easy to say that's the kind of politics we play. How do you do a 360 turn? Is it something that happens overnight? How achievable is that?
This is the beginning of it now, because our eye don't clear. I'm speaking, of course, figuratively. I'm not putting myself in it, but with the disappointment and the anger, a lot of anger, I might add. Well, hopefully our eye don't clear.
Okay.
So they'll do better.
Because there are existing structures. I mean, I know the word structure was quite a huge word for months, but there are existing structures that maybe seem hard to tear down.
Okay.
So when we're asking you what lessons you've learned, you're also looking at how do you intend to do anything differently. If Chris says, "Oh, I don't mark your face. If you come, I no go vote you." Is that just where it starts and ends? Right? Is it not far more than just this person? If this person comes back, because another person could come wearing, well, how do I say it now?
Wolf in sheep's clothing.
Exactly, and because he doesn't have that face. Yeah. You think okay, this person can go.
But I think that's where the ideology, asking the tough questions and making them work for the vote now would probably hopefully turn things around for, well, Revarians, as I sometimes call them. Another thing they could do is realize, you see that expression, it's like we just say it and we don't understand what we're saying. No permanent friend, just permanent interest. Always have at the back of your mind that, you see, some of these politicians, you're defending them, you're fighting for them. Who's fighting for you? So if you look at it as clinically as that, maybe, just maybe, we'll start choosing differently whenever sensational things like this come up.
Welcome to Talk That Talk. What's your name?
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. Welcome. What's your name?
I'm Comrade Kabari.
Welcome to the show.
Can you kindly speak up?
Exactly. I thought it was me.
We've listened to what all of you like. Can you hear me?
Kindly speak up.
Can you hear me now?
Much better.
Much better, please. Go on.
You see, when confusion is being created, then you see more of confusions beyond human and beyond the repair of some people who created that confusion. That is what you have today in River State. Are you with me?
We can hear you. Go on, please.
You see, something happened in River State that people are not even able to ponder or imagine what I am talking about. If you are even, let me tell you, if Query people have ruled River State, they've governed River State, and they got the support of me, a job has governed, and they got the support of me. And you know what? You cannot do away with this. Because if they're even dealing it towards one that is capable to offer governance, it is good.
Okay, so we're not talking tribes now and capabilities. We asked some questions, so maybe can you just go straight to responding to those questions?
I heard you people and I listened to you people, and I'm telling you, because you did reference that what River State needs is one who can, also good governor, isn't it? And I'm trying to tell you that both the University of Port Harcourt and Ogonima have been the best DC.
All right then. Welcome to Talk That Talk.
Lady Son and Lady Queen. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Welcome.
Yeah, Reginald, I come from Quebec.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't know. how possible it will be if we should avoid the discussing issue of governorship progress in the 2027 election. But let's keep funding, keep getting hearing or discussing back in, because whether or not, governor has betrayed the trust and confidence that Rivers people have for him. And it is very difficult now. The unfortunate thing that we have is that our election doesn't count. Otherwise, I bet you that whoever the governor is supporting or his other is supporting, majority of Rivers people will not vote for that person. That is one big lesson that the people have learned, and I'm sure that some of the people in Rivers State want to work towards that. But unfortunately, the election will not count, and at the end of the day, they will have their way back. That is the most important, the most disturbing aspect of it. So until we begin to think of how do we fix our electoral system, so that if you take a decision towards the election and the decision you take stand the way you take it. As for the governor, I see him as a betrayer. Thank you.
All right, it bears saying the thoughts and perspectives of the callers are the thoughts and perspectives of the callers, and in no way, shape, form, means, or manner do they reflect the thoughts and perspectives of Today 95.1 FM.
Welcome to Talk That Talk.
Thank you so much, Lady D and Queen. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the show.
See, I almost did not want to call on this show this afternoon because I was comfortable laughing and mocking some of these callers who I hear their different tone now. You know, but because of the question Queen asked, say, what have we learned? You know, first off, I think it wouldn't be a bad idea if I am awarded, because all that has played out, Queen, you mentioned it is what I predicted before now. That some of people wouldn't let us talk. You see, so I'm comfortable. I've been dubbed the international ambassador of truth. That's my new sobriquet. What we have learned, it's unfortunate. People listening now, so many of them have still not learned. See, like I told Kelly in the morning, my advice first is to the governor. For him to remain steadfast in this decision, he should stop fluctuating like he did before, going front, coming back. However, I would apply seriously with those people who think they are his supporters. Support, like I know, according to dictionary meaning, is people who encourage you to your success. How come people who challenge man's emergence suddenly turn to be his supporters? Simply because he was fighting his boss who put him in that. How can these people be called his supporters? And you hear them all now agree that the man is on the right track. They agree. How are they his supporters? To me, I think those people are his downfall, and they are his women. I sympathize with them continually. I think my only experience is that since I'm exposing all these people now, and speaking of what they are doing, it shows that what NAFDAC will soon do, begin to arrest these people who drink sachet alcohol, to be calling on radio and disturbing this state, to do us a lot of good. I think actions by these people is because they assume that the governor's quietness is his righteousness. They feign ignorance of the fact that a child who thinks the mother would not sleep has inadvertently mother sleep.
All right.
They understand what politics is all about. What have we learned?
All right, then. All right, we'll let you go.
All right.
now.
So here's the thing, Special Douglas. I wanted you to land so that I could say this to you and any other person listening, because the segment, yes, is about what we've learned and how to recalibrate and come back a better electorate, so that we're not sucked in by drama and sensationalism. One thing a mature electorate does is, well, they are allowed to change their minds. It happens in America, it happens in England, it happens the world over. although it has to be ideologically based, or maybe if there's a scandal or whatever, you find yourself moving from being a Republican to a Democrat, it's normal political behavior. So if Riverians are now feeling some type of way and have decided, okay, we're going to do like this moving forward, then I don't think they need to be mocked, because, well, changing your mind on a normal is or for outside of politics, it's a normal thing to do. But anyway, let's go back to the calls.
Okay, let's take some messages. Dawn and Queen. My name is Emma. Okay, please help me ask Governor Fubara if he's kindly intact, because I see the one that resembles his. Why you texted? I don't understand your text. Right. Dawn and Queen, every society or nation deserves the kind of leadership she gets, but it might not be what she needs.
Okay.
We should all examine our character, for unexamined life is not worth living. John Nwa Ugugu. Good afternoon, dear presenters. Thank you for hitting the nail on the head. One of the major reasons why we're still crawling as a nation at 66 is our unrepentant tendency for personality-based politics instead of issue-based politics. All right. Unlike the founding fathers of Nigeria, our present crop of politicians do not prioritize the interests of the people. It's always about their interests and political survival. It baffles me that Rivers people are watching Wiki try to reenact negative history of selfishly imposing a stooge on the people all over again. Even if Wiki succeeds in imposing even his son as governor, he'll still fall out with him. The tragedy of the whole thing is that Rivers people are allowing Wiki have his way and expect a different outcome in 2027 and beyond, even when he's not and has never pretended of his intention. We need to take a commercial shortly. I think this is. Oh yes, we have to go. We're taking this and we're wrapping up. I thought it was just a few minutes. Thank you so much for staying on Talk That Talk. Your calls and messages. We couldn't wrap our hands around everything, but thank you for your thought.
The seed has been sown.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm Queen Chima,
and I'm Don Wilson. Good afternoon.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
Please listen to this infomercial.
You're listening to Money Talks. I am Godwin. And today I want to start with something a bit uncomfortable. Now, if you paid your rent in Port Harcourt 2 years ago and your renewal is due this quarter, you already know what I'm about to say. The same flat that was 2.5 million naira is now asking 4.5. Diesel for the office generator that was 700 naira a litre last December, you've already started budgeting differently. School fees is already on your doorstep. I bet it's higher too. So everybody's saying find another income. With the find another income comes people talking about learning how to trade as a viable source of income. Every advert on the radio, every billboard you see is geared towards trading. Even your neighbor's cousin on Instagram is now a forex coach. And honestly, after the other platforms that disappeared with people's money, my own question is, how are we supposed to know what is real? That's the conversation today. With me in the studio is Amal Momo from Vantage Market. Amal, thank you for coming in.
Thank you, Godwin. And honestly, that's the right question to start with.
Okay, so let me push on it. A close friend lost about 400,000 naira last year to one trading signal group. They told him to put 50,000 naira. In 30 days, you'll have 200,000 naira. He put it. They went silent. Now, why should anyone listening today believe Forex when that's the experience most people have had?
You're right. I would be skeptical too. Let me just say what those platforms had in common, because once you see the pattern, you will never fall for it again. Number one, none of them were regulated. If a platform cannot tell you who their financial regulator is, walk away. Number two, they all promised fixed returns. Put X, get Y in 30 days.
This year's Oral Festival to enable female candidates sitting the basic education certificate examination to write their examinations. A professor of economics at the Lagos Business School, Bongo Adi, has called on African scholars to develop original economic theories rooted in the continent's realities instead of relying on frameworks formulated in Europe and the United States. On the foreign scene, Nepal's education consultancy sector has launched nationwide protests against sweeping new regulations, warning they could face smaller agencies to close and make overseas study less accessible as discussions over proposed amendments get underway.
Today's news in 60. In 60.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
We do this with FVKC and Alacrity. My name is Somto Isaac, and of course, it's a wet Thursday afternoon in the city of Port Harcourt. But of course, we will be dissecting everything that Commonwealth Games, Super Falcons, of course, and hey, transfer stories still making rounds. This is the season, and of course, we now enter the pre-season stage of the campaign. The number to call is 0810 951 0951. Just keep it on the side. When we do open the phone line, you can get in your thoughts. 0810 951 0951. And of course, the SMS and WhatsApp portal is still very active. You can always get in your thoughts by the minute, by the hour, and by the second. And that doesn't need to be opened. It's always opened. Just get in your thoughts. 0701 933 9962. 0701 933 9962. Hey, you can catch us live on YouTube today. 951 FM, Today 951 FM. Of course, we're also live on Twitch. It's Today FM 951. Just switch it up a bit. Today FM 951. And of course, Instagram and X shares the same handle, Today FM 951. And of course, we're very interactive on Facebook, and we are asking just some very, very simple questions to pick your brains this afternoon. First off, it's the transfer season, and Rodri has been making the headlines for all of the right reasons from the FIFA World Cup. Of course, he won the Golden Ball, recognized as the best player at the FIFA World Cup. And hey, we hear there is a move to Real Madrid for him, which pits as his dream move. I'm just asking this afternoon, is Rodri disrespecting Manchester City, a team which he's won it all with, a team which you can consider as one of the biggest in England, if not the biggest right now? Is he disrespecting the Manchester City side with his well-documented dream move to Real Madrid? Is he going about it the right way, you think? Is he also doing himself a disservice, a player of his quality, still looking around for a club that is still mulling over a deal to sign him or not? We hear the president, Florentino Perez, has not made a decision whether Rodri should be signed, but we know Rodri is stalling on a new deal just to secure his dream move to Real Madrid. Is he not paying a lot of attention to the quality he has so that you don't just go rubbing yourself around for Real Madrid? Oh, hey, is it the club? I mean, Thibaut Courtois was a player who switched allegiance from Atletico to Real Madrid. Not directly, though. Went to Chelsea first. And could Rodri be doing the same thing? Atletico to Manchester City to Real Madrid. So, should a player of Rodri's quality keep being in the news just for his dream to Real Madrid and stalling Manchester City? And also, Gabi Agbolaho has predicted a slow start for Arsenal in the 2026-2027 season. Hey, hear this. He predicted that Arsenal will pick up just one win in their first 5 games of the season. Now, of course, getting to the top is easy, but the famous phrase then reiterates that staying at the top is very, very hard. So, do you think this Arsenal team will be able to defend their title this season? Do you also share the same sentiment with Gabi Agbolaho that the Arsenal team will not be able to win their first 5 games of the season? Head on to Facebook, Today 95.1 FM, Today 95.1 FM, and of course, you can also send in your thoughts through the SMS and WhatsApp portal is 0701 933 9962. That's the number for you to get in your thoughts on the show. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's get on this enjoyable ride together.
My name is Gianni Infantino, FIFA president. For the best of sports, always listen to Today Sports Live on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
Let's start with some athletics news where 72 Nigerian athletes will compete across 10 sports at the Glasgow 2026 Commonwealth Games, which formally gets underway today, with the National Sports Commission targeting a record 20 gold medals, a tally that would surpass the country's previous best of 12 achieved at Birmingham 2022. Now, Team Nigeria completed its build-up with a 3-week high-performance training camp in Aberdeen, Scotland, before the first batch of athletes and officials departed for Glasgow earlier in the week. Now, with a second batch will also move to the Games Village on Friday to join teammates already on ground, with the official opening ceremony scheduled for Friday. The Nigeria's campaign begins with its powerlifting team, a discipline that has consistently delivered medals for the country at major championships. Now, team captain Folashade Oluwafemi Ayo, the reigning Commonwealth champion, a 2-time Paralympic gold medalist, a 4-time world champion, and of course a multiple world record holder. She will aim to defend the title she won in Birmingham. She will be joined by reigning world champion Rita Ferdinand, who arrives in fine form, having equaled the women's world record with a lift of 154 kilograms at the African Open Championships in Oran, Algeria, while also setting a new African record in the women's up to 79 kilograms category. Now, on the track, Nigeria's hopes rest heavily on world record holder Tobi Amuson and sprint sensation Kainshola Ajayi, who has emerged as one of the world's fastest men this season. Before I pick your brains on this, Osas, I would also chip in that Nigerian sprinter Favour Onya has threatened to stop representing the country after she was omitted from the athletics squad for the 2026 Commonwealth Games despite qualifying at the national trials. Now, Onya was among the 15 athletes who opened camp in Abuja on the 25th of June following their performances at the National Athletics Trials in Lagos. She stormed to victory in the women's 400 meters final, clocking a commanding 52.68 seconds to win the national title. The 19-year-old also selected to be part of Nigeria's women's 4x400 relay team alongside Patience Okon-George, Ella Onojrevo, and of course Esther Joseph. Now, after the Abuja camp, the athletics team joined the rest of Nigeria's contingent in Aberdeen for the final phase of preparations. But however, Onya did not make it beyond the first phase of camp in Abuja and has since returned to her US base to resume training. Now, expressing her frustration in a TikTok post, the sprinter suggested she had reached her limits after what she described as repeated disappointments. Also, as the Commonwealth Games, first of all, there's a target of 20 gold medals to surpass the 12 achieved in Birmingham. Is that attainable? Also looking at the way preparations have gone and what are the chances of Nigeria reaching that aim? And also, Favour Onya qualifying at the national trials, selected to go to camp in Abuja, and also winning the women's 400 meters final. But then she was selected in the relay team. But after camp, hey, she's out of camp. She's not going to be part of Commonwealth Games. I don't want to say if this is a man no man kind of thing, or you just know who you're going to select. But she's frustrated, and I said, listen, she could call time representing Nigeria.
For Favour Onya, I think it's really disheartening to see what's happening to her, because if you're going to take an athlete off Team Nigeria's list for the Commonwealth Games, at least you should let that athlete know the reason why, because from the national trials right there in Lagos, she did pretty well. I think finishing at the top of it all with 52.30 seconds right there. But for one reason or the other, because I'm looking at the Team Nigeria contingent for the Glasgow 2026 Commonwealth Games, and for the athletics, the women, I can see her name right there, but I can't see Ella Onojovero's name. Now, there is no specifics stating that she has been replaced by Ella, but it's all hovers around all of that, because now Ella's name is not here. If Ella is going to represent, then somebody has to go, because it has already been stated that it's 72. So I'm feeling what the Athletics Federation of Nigeria did here was just replace a younger athlete for an older
If
and
she,
more.
if she got it on merit, why replace her?
Yeah, she got it on merit, fine. Yeah, but that's the national trials. In that national trials, a lot of the foreign-based athletes did not make their appearance there due to visa issues. We saw a lot of them. The likes of, I think Kainsola wasn't even there. Toby Amoso didn't come there. Ella wasn't there. So these are some of the reasons why we may look at it and say, oh, fine. They've seen what Ella has been doing outside in those collegiate championships, those school championships, NCAA and the rest of them, and she has been able to beat that time. So it's factual that you go with an Ella who maybe would have been able to do a 400 meters in 48 point something seconds, or maybe 47 or 46 point something over. You pick her over a Favor Onya who did a national trial and finished at a 53 point. Yeah, she was just the best because she didn't have the A-list athletes coming there to do it with her. So I understand, but I think these things are things that you do properly. Yes, communicate properly. If you really don't want her to go there because you want to find a way to sneak Ella's name into the list, then you let her, you speak with her on a round table, and I believe all of these things, all of these shenanigans would be put to rest. So, but the way it's going, I think it's just the tyrannic boss-like attitude used by the Athletics Federation of Nigeria, where you look at a young athlete, she's 19 years of age, and you say, please leave the road. The more constituted hands are coming in, and this athlete, she is the prospect. She is she's a prospect for the future. She will definitely not be happy. But for Favor, I think she should have taken it easy. It's quite too rash for her to come out and say, I would not represent Nigeria again. I think Favor Ofili is not enjoying it as it stands right now. She should have been here, but because of that fracas between herself and the Athletics Federation of Nigeria, it's now a case where, yeah, the AFN suffers and Favor Ofili also suffers, because who knows, Favor coming back, by the time she gets back on track representing a nation, it might be after a long while, because there is definitely that legal battle for who you have to represent is ongoing, and you might get to a point where you now have to look behind and say, it's better I stayed where I left than I'm getting into where I want to at this point. So I don't even know if that name Favor is becoming a problem, because remember, Favor Ofili had it. Favor Ashi at one point, we heard he was going out, and now this is Favor Onya again, threatening that she's not going to compete for Nigeria. So maybe the AFN I need two things from them: correct your ways, make sure that you begin to do things right. Then secondly, any athlete who comes with the name Favor, please ask that athlete to drop that name first, and let's see how it goes. Though that's on a lighter note anyway. So, but I think for me, Favor Onya still has a lot ahead. So she should just calm down. If there is a proper information, if there is a proper communication, she should just take it and continue to build herself. Yes, I know she qualified from the national trials.
They won't do your time will come.
Your time will come.
But
yes.
Then she's grabbing it by the neck.
But she should understand that national trials was not a top-notch competition, because you didn't have see, if Ella was there, Patience Okon was there. Yes, but if Ella was there and the likes of Rosemary, Chukuma, if she decided to put in for the 400, I don't think Favor Onya would be at the top of it all. So, but I think we should understand that we are working to build one brand, which is Nigeria in athletics. So sometimes we might disagree, but let's understand that our disagreements should always come to a very, very cogent end, an end where the main focus is Nigeria lifting itself, or lifting Nigeria to greater heights.
Let's talk about a bit of boxing before we move into football stories. Sticking with other sports, but this time outside Nigeria. It's going down this weekend. It's a big fight field. Tyson Fury insists his best days are still ahead as the heavyweight superstar prepares to fight Poland's Mariusz Wach. And the Brit, who turns 38 next month, returns against work in Pattaya, Thailand on Friday night as he sharpens his skills for a long-awaited fight against Anthony Joshua later this year. Now, Joshua, on the other hand, makes his comeback this Saturday against Christian Prenga in Saudi Arabia before he faces Fury, with the blockbuster bouts expected to be scheduled in November, with Wembley Stadium a potential venue. Also, I don't understand what he says by this thing. We are yet to see his best. At which age? Or is it the older the better at this point in time?
I think he has come up before. He has said something like this, and the man puts his money where his mouth is.
So you feel we are yet to see his best? Actually?
I don't think we are yet to see his best, but I know that we are yet to see somebody beat Tyson Fury very well that would make him go back and reevaluate himself and say, see, let me stop all of this. So the only way to keep Tyson Fury to rest is to give him an outright beating. He did the same with who was the last person he went up against? Alexander Usyk in a big one before retiring, and it looked like nobody apart from maybe an Usyk, and even if we want to look at an Usyk that may not actually outrightly beats Tyson Fury could. So Tyson Fury has not been that fighter that you could say somebody beat him flat. No, nobody has done that. So I think that's the reason why he continues to feel that his best is yet to come. So if somebody comes up and beats him silly, then he would now understand that I think that best will never come, and it's now time for me to take a step away from the sport. But for now, let's see what he has with Mario Swash. But I don't see Swash as somebody that could unseat a Tyson Fury. This could be his last dance because age is no longer a friend to Tyson Fury. I don't want to see Tyson Fury in the ring still struggling with these guys at the age of 40, because that could be very, very dangerous, and health wise. It could also be very detrimental to him. So, but I think the man has got the vigor and the energy to keep going, and he knows how to back whatever he says with the action. So I'm not surprised that he's saying that. But what I'm surprised is nobody has come out to beat Fury in a way that will keep him quiet.
All right, let's turn our attentions to football stories on the show. Let's start with a little bit of updates here in Nigeria, where Rangers International, the Nigeria Premier Football League champions, have reached an agreement with Remo Stars to use the Remo Stars Stadium in Ikenne, Ogun State for their home matches in the preliminary rounds of the CAF Champions League. Now, the arrangement comes as renovation and compliance work continues at Rangers' home ground, the Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium, popularly known as the Cathedral in Enugu. Now, the upgrades are aimed at meeting the CAF stadium requirements for continental competitions. The temporary relocation ensures that Rangers can host their opening Champions League fixtures at a CAF-approved venue while work on their home stadium progresses. I don't even want us to get into this because once we start this, we might not even finish it. So let's just move to Tolu Arokodare. The Nigerian striker has broken his silence over reports concerning his conduct during training at Wolverhampton Wanderers, insisting that he has always maintained a professional attitude and remains committed to the Premier League club. Now, the forward expressed disappointment over recent media reports describing several claims about his situation at Wolves as inaccurate. Now, he said, and I quote, "I was very surprised and disappointed to see the media reports today, many of which are inaccurate. The former Genk attacker stressed that professionalism and dedication have been key parts of his career, adding that he has always worked hard to maintain high standards on and off the pitch." Now, Rokodare explained that his priority has always been to prepare himself properly and contribute whenever he is given the opportunity to represent his teammates and the club. Now, I'll quote the rest of his statement. He says, "Throughout my career, I've always taken great pride in conducting myself professionally and maintaining the highest training standards. My commitment has always been to prepare myself as well as possible so that I can contribute to my teammates and the club whenever I am called upon. I remain under contract with Wolves, and my only intention is to fulfill my responsibilities professionally by training, doing my job, and contributing to the team in accordance with that contract." Also, some reports broke out yesterday, and I think we even had a conversation about with it on the show. And Tolu has come out to clear the air. I mean, some parts of me thought maybe it was just, some truth to the story, but hey, the man has said there is no truth to that. And do you think there's no smoke without fire, though?
Tolu has not had a very good time at Wolverhampton Wanderers. To the tail end of last season, you saw that he had that altercation with teammate Matthews Mane, where they went physical on each other, and it was something that fetched him some fines and suspension, as that's former manager Rob Edwards oversaw that one. But at a particular point, we thought that it was done and dusted. But now, the same Tolu got himself into some transfer saga this period, and Caesar Puezoto, that's the new Wolverhampton Wanderers manager, is not looking at this with or handling it with kid gloves, because when somebody new comes in, he tends to ask around about those that were there, and you know very well that Tolu was not really on the good books under Rob Edwards, and now you have a new manager in Caesar, and Caesar is asking the very first thing anybody would say is, you see this Tolu is always a problematic person, and he's seen it with the transfers, the way it's going. So what other way do you think that he would want to?
Do you think they're trying to push him out of the club?
I think they are trying to push him out of the club. I think they've noticed that he's a problematic person.
Or is it? Do you also pin it on the fact that relegation, they can also cash in on him? Or it's just the problems?
No, I think it's the problems, because you're relegated. Fine, that's the championship. A striker like Tolu is one that you need to help yourself return back. Now, when a team gets relegated, they try to keep a fulcrum of the strongest of hands that they have by all means. And Tolu is one of those for Wolverhampton Wanderers, because now if you want to let Tolu go, you will have to put in a lot of money to bring in a striker in his stead. And that's going to be a difficult one to do. So it's best you even hold on to the ones you have than you let them go. So, but I think the club sees Tolu right now as a mole. I don't want to say mole. I think like a virus to the system, someone who would not allow that system run smoothly. So the best way to get him out is just to try to frustrate him and see if he decides to go, because Tolu had once said he was very picky with the teams coming, wanting to really stay back with Wolverhampton Wanderers. I know at one point, I think that was Besiktas came for him, and he said, no, I don't want to go to the Super League. I want to remain in top flight English football. So maybe this is a way of wanting to tell Tolu that, see, find your way anywhere, just leave, because it's becoming more of a problem right from last season up until this point. And if I were to be Tolu, I think I'll take my leave.
All right, Tolu Arokodare not in the headlines for any of the right reasons with Wolverhampton Wanderers. So let's talk about the Super Falcons now. As the Falcons intensify preparations for the 2026 Women's Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco, the team is awaiting the fulfillment of the federal government's promise of $100,000 cash rewards, houses, and national honors certificates announced after their historic 10th WAFCON triumph last year. Now, in December 2025, while presenting the Super Eagles with their national honors certificates, title documents for housing allocations in Abuja or Lagos, and land grants in Abuja for finishing runners-up at the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations, National Sports Commission Chairman Shehu Diko disclosed in Fez that the Super Falcons rewards had already been processed. Now, the NSC also announced that the players' cash rewards will be paid directly into their bank accounts. Now, the chairman of the Sports Commission, Shehu Diko, has now again assured the Super Falcons that they will receive their cash rewards for winning the 2024 Women's Africa Cup of Nations, despite the delay in payment process. Now, he spoke to journalist Ayo Ibidapo. Of course, we know him, AY Sugar, in London. Diko explained that the payments had been delayed due to government budgetary procedures, but stressed that President Bola Tinubu already approved the reward in August 2025. Also, I tried to get AY Sugar on the show this afternoon to explain some of these things, because they won this competition 2024-2026, 2 years. Payments have been processing since August 2025. And now he said it's in his words, Diko said it's a government process. Those things are off budget. So it has to be included in the budget and so forth. The president approved it since August 2025. I mean, I don't know how the inner workings do. That's why I tried to get AY Sugar. But then on the outside, these things can be done with one phone call easily.
Just one phone call. I think it's an order, it's an instruction given. It could be placed in and immediately fulfilled. But we, this side of the world where we come from, a lot of things are not done like how it's done in sync line. So we always want to take our dirty linen to
It's
wash
getting
in
to a
public.
year.
Now it's getting to
And they're going to play the same competition in how many days'
so now
time?
now you're going to see what would happen. Maybe the Super Falcons will want to hold the Nigerian government, or call that the National Sports Commission, to ransom in maybe the first or second game, that will not come out to play the second game. Then that's when everybody will run, all hell will be let loose. Somebody will take a private jet to Morocco and then pay these monies. We cannot continue this way. We've seen it happen with the Super Eagles of Nigeria during the World Cup qualifiers. That's talking about the African playoffs. We saw that happen when the team opted not to play the game against, I think that was Gabon, until they get their pays. And all of a sudden, it all happened. We also saw awards, honors given, taken to the African Cup of Nations 2025 to be given to the players right there in their camp. So these things need to stop. I don't know how and why we continue to dilly-dally with all of these kinds of issues. It's something that breaks the entire footballing system. See, these girls are supposed to, at this point, concentrate on what is...
I mean, I'm just so boiling to go on an all. I'm even stammering. My God. Anyways, let's talk about CAF now, because the Confederation of African Football has announced that Nigeria will host its ordinary General Assembly in November, with CAF President Patrice Motsepe describing the country as a proud football nation with the old Falcons for how many. Anyways, he said it's the General Assembly will now be hosted in Nigeria in November. Now, Motsepe made the announcement during a press briefing held on Wednesday in Johannesburg, South Africa, where he outlined CAF's plans following the 2026 FIFA World Cup. And talking about the 2026 FIFA World Cup, the president, still speaking, said the World Cup was incomplete without Nigeria and Cameroon.
That's why they want to move it to 64.
Maybe we'll go start to do slot. Hey, you go.
I think we'll learn from the AFCON, the 2027 AFCON. It's now 28. So I don't know why we're always borrowing.
Tell me how you were proud of Cape Verde. Tell me how you were proud of DR Congo pushing Portugal. Stop telling me that the World Cup was incomplete without Nigeria. If they are waiting, why did they qualify?
And maybe that's why it's been increased now, to make a possibility for the likes of Nigeria and Cameroon to qualify. We'll test run it with the AFCON 2027. My issue is I don't know why CAF keeps borrowing blueprints from FIFA. When FIFA takes one step up, CAF will
I
also
think
take
expansion is the order of the day
is now the order of the day.
Zamalek are threatening to withdraw from the CAF Champions League if that expansion
plan continues. Okay. I don't know what the northern guys are fighting, because I thought if the expansion, I don't know. I don't know what they are fighting, because I thought if Zamalek is there and Alakli is there, it's all good for the north.
Maybe it's also good because, for instance, how many African teams can probably execute these tournaments? Because when you also, for instance, I just said Rangers International have to go and play in another stadium.
Yeah.
So why are you stressing us that already are putting proper mechanisms in place to execute these competitions and then welcoming other people that are not fit to the bill?
I think the shortcoming is not from CAF. I think I want to stand with CAF and FIFA on this particular one now. The shortcoming is from the guys who want to facilitate these things. Get yourself up to speed. Bring yourself up to speed. CAF is doing what is right. Now, see, let's take Capo Verde, for example. See, do you know that Capo Verde has come in now to become a force in football, if not globally, but in Africa, with what they have done on the global stage?
I mean, there's a level of consistency in the AFCON.
They have grown to that level. Now, watch Capo Verde in the 2027 AFCON. If Nigeria is not careful and we meet, they will beat the Super Eagles of Nigeria, because they have now seen.
I mean, DR Congo already took us to the limit.
Yes, they've seen 100. So 99 is nothing. So you can't tell me that a Capo Verde who have gone to the FIFA World Cup and have done exploits come back would now be scared of you. Gone are the days where teams get scared of bigger teams. So it's what we want. So if a Capo Verde could do it, maybe one day Seychelles would do it. A Sao Tome and Principe would do it if you give them the chance. If you keep gating it, you just have it hovering around those who are already there. So let's open it up. Let's see more hands coming.
All right, let me run through the next stories. Also, very quickly, before we get into international stories, very quickly, Patrice Motsepe also expressed confidence that an African nation will soon win the FIFA World Cup from what he described as the continent's strongest ever performance at the 2026 tournament. In Don they do. I had a stronger president, to understand. Africa was represented by 10 teams, of course, in a 48-nation tournament. Algeria, Cape Verde, Cote d'Ivoire, DR Congo, Egypt, Ghana, Morocco, Senegal, South Africa, Tunisia. 9 of those 10 nations progressed to the knockout stage, marking a 90% qualification rate. Now, according to CAF, African teams accounted for 20.8% of the tournament's participants, but made up 28.1% of the round of 32 qualifiers.
I don't know why
figure surpassed only by UEFA.
I don't know why we are making too much noise about a round of 32. A round of 32 looks like the third group game.
So we should exactly.
We shouldn't be making noise about
that.
Because
okay, how many of those teams now fell out of the round of 32?
Fine, because now I think what we are doing in Africa here, we are looking at the round of 32 as the quarterfinal of the FIFA World Cup. See, the business end of the FIFA World Cup started from the quarterfinal.
Yeah.
Yes, that's where it started from. Forget about the round of 32. It's an expanded FIFA World. Now, when they make it to 64,
I mean, South America only had one team.
Yeah,
in the quarterfinal.
So now, when they make it 64 teams,
so we should be proud. Now we also had one team in CAF. Now, we had one team from CAF. Shouldn't we be proud?
I don't think we should be proud
because if South America just have one qualified to the quarterfinal, and then we too. We were plenty that we packed come out from group stage.
from you went to the round of 32, but after the round of 32, how far? See, Morocco still stands as the only team that could get to the semi-finals of the FIFA World Cup. I'm not saying win the FIFA World Cup. It was clear in this World Cup that Morocco still get work.
So I was going to ask you, give me a year. When do you think Africa can have a winner of the World Cup?
Let's start looking at if we start doing what is right on all. From all ramifications.
It's not efficient 2030.
It's not efficient 2030.
Morocco cannot do it in 2030.
No,
I
don't think so. I don't think so. Look at that Moroccan side. You could see that when the going gets tough, they'll fall off. France was beatable. Spain showed us they were beatable. Spain showed it. England showed that this French side could be beaten very well in that third place game. So why was Morocco playing like Argentina against Spain? Why were they playing like they had too much respect for France? So they've not yet developed that big heart to be able to go all the way to the final of the FIFA World Cup and win it. So we're still on that process.
All right, let's talk some international football stories now. It's the world of transfers. Arsenal fans, be happy.
Breaking news. Arsenal have confirmed the signing of Club Brugge winger Christophe Solis. We understand the deal is worth £34 million, which is a record for the Belgian Pro League. And he signed a 5-year deal. The 24-year-old, who was at Norwich earlier in his career, scored 17 goals and added 23 assists in 36 league appearances for Club Brugge last season. In quotes on Arsenal's website, sporting director Andrea Berta has said this: Christos is an extremely versatile attacking player who naturally operates on the left but is comfortable across the front line. He's an excellent finisher with both feet, thrives in tight spaces and possesses incredible technical ability. He adds, Christos has produced outstanding numbers in terms of goals and assists over the last 3 seasons, and he's a player who will raise the technical level of our squad while bringing positive energy, enthusiasm and a strong mentality to our team. We're confident Christos will make a significant contribution to our club. So that deal is done. Arsenal signed Club Brugge winner Christos Solis. Stay with us for the very latest transfer news.
Right, Christos Solis, now a new player for Arsenal Football Club. But sticking with Arsenal, Osas, pay attention to this, please.
I think it's the start of the season where teams take a little lead against Arsenal. I think it's a great time to play Arsenal in these first 5 games. Coventry, 3 points. 0 against the mighty Aston Villa. A draw against Chelsea, so we've got 4 points. A draw against Sunderland, a draw against Brighton. So 5 points from 5 games. I think it's the start of the season where teams take a little lead against Arsenal. Teams like Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester City, Manchester United.
Osas, Gabi Agbolaho says Arsenal have just 1 win in their first 5 games. Now, those 5 games, they play Aston Villa. They also have Chelsea in and around there, Brighton also to contend with. Well, it says the only win they will get is against Coventry City?
I think he might be right, not because Arsenal is not fit enough to get the victory over these teams, or not because these are big teams or very hard nuts for Arsenal to crack. I think the reason is because so many Arsenal players were very, very much into the semis of the just concluded FIFA World Cup. 8 Arsenal players made it into that team. That's when I mean 8 Arsenal players. I mean 8 serious Arsenal players. In fact, the backbone, the skeleton of that team, the likes of Declan Rice, Bukayo Saka, Eberechi is a non-Imadweke. Then 3 from Spain, David Raya, even if he wasn't used, but yes, he was there. Mikel Merino, Martin Zubimendi, and William Saliba. And already you can see that we've got some injury problems with that Arsenal side. William Saliba on it, Declan Rice on it, and what else? Against teams that have been resting all through. Chelsea have been resting all through. In the semi-finals, I don't think the only 2 persons I could see with that Chelsea badge, even if I want to say 2, maybe 1, is Enzo Fernandez. For Marco Correa, he was actually, with Chelsea when he got into the World Cup, but he had already moved away from Chelsea. So it's not going to be too much of a load for Chelsea to handle at this point, because I think it's clear for Chelsea, Manchester United, they've rested enough. But see, that's not how football is done. After all, we saw Manchester United last season rest for a very long time and came back and got a defeat. And Chelsea also, we could see them not being bothered with so many things, but couldn't keep good results going.
Getting to the top is easy or hard. Staying at the top is
what
now
is
harder. Can
yes.
Arsenal defend their Premier League title?
I think Arsenal can defend the Premier League
I thought
title
that's the only
with
coach
the
among
right
the top 6 who has a Premier League title.
Yes. So I think Arsenal, he's got the technical know-how to defend that title. And I think Arsenal also have got the quality to defend that title. Let's look at some of these signings. You could see Christos Zioli coming in, a player who was able to record goals and assists in every competition he put himself into last season.
Come on.
Yeah,
he's not world class.
He's not world class, but he had about 9 goal
Arsenal
contributions
have lost
in the
Leandro Trossard, who created the most chances, or at the upper echelon of creating the most chances at the World Cup.
Yes.
Zolis has no Premier League experience.
He has no Premier League experience, but he was in the UEFA Champions League, and 9 matches was able to get 3 goals contributions in that particular one. So he's not, the young will definitely grow, but I think he's very technical.
Okay, let's do this in 30 seconds. Rodri has been weighing a move to Real Madrid. We've heard he's stalled on contract talks with Manchester City. He wants to. Florentino Perez has not even paid attention to signing Rodri. Is Rodri doing too much at this point? Is it doing himself a dis? You've won the Ballon d'Or, my man. Luka Modric was nothing when Madrid came heads and shoulders for him. But they've even given Tchouaméni a new contract. Is he doing too much?
I think he might be doing too much, in as much as I want to say there's no smoke without fire, because I think Rodri is professional enough to understand that if nobody has shown him the green light, there will be no need for him to push forward. So I think this could be a game plan between Rodri and the Madrid setup there. See, Rodri is one person who knows Madrid very well, played in Atletico Madrid before coming to Manchester City. So he knows Madrid very well. And Madrid would always want to get those guys who know the system very well to come in. So it's not going to be out of place if he desires to play for Madrid, but I think he should have given more respect to Manchester City. Let the Madrid come for you. Let the Madrid guys come for you before you can think of trying to throw yourself at them.
All right, quickly run through some transfer stories before I run to the phone lines. Of course, Arsenal officially confirming the deal for Christos Zolis, 40 million euros. And also, Karim Adeyemi has been confirmed as a new signing for Barcelona, contract until 2031. Alejandro Garnacho has also joined Aston Villa from Chelsea Football Club. That deal confirmed just minutes ago. Karim Adeyemi, by the way, 22 million euros plus 7 million euros in add-ons and sell-on clause. Leeds United also advancing in talks to sign James Trafford as Newcastle, never in the race for the man to come over. Vicario Guglielmo, the goalkeeper, has been left out of Tottenham's preseason tour. He will be sold this summer. Joao Cancelo, we hear Barcelona remain confident to get a deal done as talks continue with Al Hilal. And it's also understood that Liverpool remain the club showing the most concrete interest in Bradley Barcola. Marc Casado could be leaving Barcelona this summer, according to his agent. Jorge Mendes and also Angel Correa moving to River Plate. So Casemiro, of course, also moving to Inter Miami, and also Franco Mastantuano has not been given green light to exit the club, but he can leave on loan from Real Madrid. 08109510951. That's the number to call. Hi, good afternoon to you. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon, brother. I'm no to continue the project on the line.
Welcome, my brother.
I call you from I think if you check the Premier League, I disagreed with Abun Lako. Arsenal would defend their title. Here is my fact. The most experienced manager that understands the terrain now is a second data. Because the person that makes that delay to that time, like Teta wins it, was a certain Pep Guardiola. Now there is no Pep, no Yorkie club. So who is going to challenge him? All these managers come for the first time. You don't just come, though. It usually happens once in a while, but you don't just come and win the league. You see, this guy is still learning from the job. Alonso is still learning from the job. But this Anthony Rolla that come to Liverpool is still learning from. And Liverpool team is not even stable. There are a lot of jobs to be done. Then a Carrick is still learning on the job. Forget what happened last year. Even in everything he achieved, he wouldn't even cap it up with maybe FA Cup or Cali Cup or something. So he is I think that's a kind of disrespect to Arteta that has been built the team for 8 years or 7 years or thereabouts. And you said anybody can just come and win the league or challenge him and succeed there. Though football is not 1+1, he's not really a calculating something. But I'm not seeing anybody to unseat him. This is to win it with ease this season. That's what we did last season.
Thank you so much for your thoughts. Let's do this swiftly. A time never, our friend will do the business of talking sports. 08109510951. Swift again. Hi. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, my brother.
Lucky from Abia State. Welcome.
Yes, Lucky from Abia State, my brother. I want to talk about Enugu Rangers. Stadium in a remote South Africa. My brother, you get a CMV now. The people who want to support Enugu Rangers, you know, not all of them will come in now. Some not go come. Some not get transport now.
But lucky Rangers fans flooded Lagos, not far from Ikene, for that finale of the NPFL. Now I'm asking.
My brother, you get a thing from you. Get us at the Siamo. Home now, home. My brother, home now, home. If you play at your home, you got the ginger where now. People will come in, people will come more.
All right.
You get our thing, my brother. For Chelsea, I don't know what they do for this season, though. I know that can't see what they do last season. For me, I don't like them. Make them start player. Make them start player. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you so much, Lucky, for your thoughts. Hi, good afternoon to you. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, hello, Isaac.
Sometimes Isaac and Osas is here.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, this is Tony also.
Oh, welcome, Tony. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Yes, Tyson Fury. I mean, this man is a comedian. I think I will advise him to, after his boxing, his retire from boxing, should go into comedy because he's going to dominate the comedy world. Honestly, he's saying that, the best is yet to come. At this age, he shouldn't allow Maris Rush to have better of him. That's the thing. That's where his career will be end.
Okay.
Now, Patrice Motsepe, the outgoing CAF president.
You won't pursue him?
But I think they are going for election, right?
Yeah, the assembly is coming up soon, but he's still there. He's still the president.
So now, it's right when he said Nigeria. The World Cup was not complete. 2018 World Cup was not complete without Nigeria and Cameroon. Yes. I think what it means is that in Nigeria and Cameroon, if you look far back, 2 decades, 3 decades, Nigeria and Cameroon, we are one of the dominant forces when it comes to African football.
Yeah.
Yes, they were playing the glamour they would have brought in and all the rest. It's missing. I think that's what he's talking about. And it's right when he says Africa is going to win the World Cup. Yes, I think so. But it's going to take 12 years from now. That is 2038. That's what I think. Yes, 2038. Yes.
Yes, there'll be a World Cup in 2038.
2038. Yes. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Tony Hosfa. Always appreciate your thoughts. Hi, good afternoon to you. Welcome. Hi, can you hear me?
Hello.
Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, good afternoon. This is William of Fuji Community.
Welcome, my brother.
Mosepe said Africa can win the next World Cup, right?
Yeah.
Now
Not the next. He
saying,
said Africa can win a World Cup with what he's seen.
Nigeria can win the next World Cup if they take off that man that has made us not to qualify for 3 occasions.
Oh, okay.
2006, 2022, and this last one. You know him.
Oh, okay.
The NFF technical director.
Oh, okay.
You know him.
Okay. I know him.
He has this jinx. Just, if you are doing wedding, just invite him. His wedding will not crash.
Very good.
With all due respect to him.
Okay. Okay.
Tell NFF to take him off football circle. Will succeed.
Okay. Thank you for your thoughts. Hi, good afternoon to you. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, I greet everybody in here.
Kabulu Barry, welcome. Sas greets you too.
I greet you.
Yeah.
Me, I want to ask this northern thing where they say that we no one make them increase cap slot. Waiting be their own problem. Waiting be their problem. Now everything they're going to fight. So how they not going to increase them? If they not increase them this time, me I will protect them. Yes, it's good. Make them increase them so that things and way they say they never come up, they will come up. Will be no case bed enough for the world. So make those Egypt, those clubs, make them calm down because more teams qualify. That will make them to build their facilities to come up. So if you know the go cast, now how you want to take this one? I know even better because Rivers United, I know say then since then they do Rainbow Coalition, they don't already get where they want to coalition for their match where they will play. Yes, now because okay. Tenugu Rangers now they not touch it, they work on their own stadium. Which one they work on for Rivers?
They're working on the stadium actually. The stadium is being worked on. No, they are pictorial and video evidences to see that the stadium is being renovated.
If they renovate and then go use them. So they know if you know if you use them, then go still go acquire them. So that one, they not bother me.
Okay.
If now this finish the judge with okay Paluku where they there. Me, I don't even get hope on those 2 people. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for your thoughts, Kablu Barry. Let me quickly run through to our SMS and WhatsApp portal. This message says, good evening, presenters. I read Favor Onya's Gruz. She said this is the 4th time that the Atletico Madrid has qualified for events. She has won gold for 3 times. Anyone claims, if her claims are true, anyone condemn her reaction this time. Chinedu from Bukoku. Another message on the SMS portal says, if Madrid goes to Real, he will flop. That's very like on Facebook. Amity Prince is saying, Madrid are remaining Manchester because Madrid on the special one will achieve nothing fast because the key players will not play the first few games. I mean, how many midfielders are even in match now? Some of them won World Cup with Spain, they went Rice. We have quarterfinals. Even if Rodrigo is time, I don't know Rodrigo is time. He should not fast, will not be able to defend it. They will make it perfect. You see, and says, that's not be very hard to defend it. So draw the curtains. I'm excited. I will return at 6 a.m. for Sport Attack tomorrow morning. Put it on 1FM Port Harcourt. Some try to show us you do have yourself a lovely head.
What's happening for South South, Nigeria, around the world? We got you covered on it online, delivering balanced news and unbiased analysis. Today, 95.1 FM.
Today, 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. News update.
Good evening. Here is the news update on Today 95.1 FM. I'm Dawn Wilson. The Anambra State government has introduced a plea bargain framework for criminal suspects in a bid to speed up trials and decongest its overcrowded detention centers. The initiative was disclosed in an official statement issued in Awka by the state's Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Tobechukwu Nweke. Weke explained that the policy aligns with the government's agenda aimed at strengthening the legal framework, alleviating court backlogs, and decreasing the inmate population in correctional centers. The Anambra State Attorney General therefore instructed all state prosecutors to distribute prescribed plea bargain forms to criminal defendants in eligible cases prior to their formal pleas being taken. He, however, noted that the directive strictly excludes individuals facing severe capital charges, specifically murder, kidnapping, armed robbery, and rape. The Bauchi state government has revealed plans to set up a mobile court tasked with prosecuting defaulting proprietors. This was disclosed by the Commissioner for Education, Abdul Kadir Ibrahim, while conducting an inspection tour of private schools within the Bauchi metropolis. The move follows a recent ministry inspection revealing that only 17 out of 47 evaluated private schools were duly registered, leaving 30 operating illegally. Ibrahim warned that defaulting proprietors will face legal action and potential closure, while compliant schools will receive continued government support to improve learning outcomes. In response, local school proprietors commended the unprecedented inspection and pledged their full cooperation with the ministry moving forward. The family of former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai has denounced the viral social media letter falsely attributed to the politician. In a statement released by his son, Mohammed Bello El-Rufai, the family labeled the document titled Urgent Message and addressed to African Democratic Congress ADC leadership as a total forgery. The letter had raised internal party concerns over the nomination of Issa Ashiru as the ADC governorship candidate in Kaduna due to missed registration deadlines. However, the family of El-Rufai has firmly rejected the document's handwriting and content, dismissing it as a desperate primitive political smear aimed at causing division. The United Arab Emirates UAE has condemned the renewed Iranian aggression against 3 Middle Eastern countries. In an official statement, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Sheikh Abdullah, described the attacks as a blatant violation of the brotherly nation's sovereignty. The minister warned that these hostile acts not only breach borders, but also directly threaten collective security and long-term regional stability. The ministry, however, reiterated that the UAE stands in complete solidarity with the targeted states. And that was the news update on Today 95.1 FM. I'm Dawn Wilson. Thank you for listening. Good evening.
Today's news, today's entertainment, today's sports, today's issues. Today on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
Maybe home is somebody's smile when they look at you for the first time. Maybe home is being a home to something you love and adore with all your heart. And that is what life, friendship, and love are all about. Maybe home is listening to all of your favorite shows on Today 95.1 FM. We create memories. We inspire comfort. We are the voice of the people, and we are home away from home.
It all begins with breaking news.
Now make no mistake, this is a difficult mission, and it will remain difficult for some time.
Then it keeps trending. Events, issues, personalities, all struggling to gain attention. But in the race for deadlines, the intrigues, power play, undercurrents are often missed or underreported.
Insecurity here is basically a product of poverty.
But not anymore. As the platform on radio steps in to fill the missing links on events, issues, and personalities in the news.
I'm not afraid of anybody. Yeah!
The platform on radio serves only the hottest topics and trending issues. Only on Today 95.1 FM.
95.1 FM.
Port Harcourt.
Weekdays, 4 p.m.
Get on the platform on radio and be served.
All stands, greet.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. You're welcome to Jagbajantis High School. My name is Sound Sultan, your new mathematics teacher. By the way, do you understand Pidgin English?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now what we go use this for? Okay, carry your pen. Carry your paper. Them for my class. People of this world, them plenty. Sins of this people, many. So many. Many times plenty, multiplier. Many times plenty, multiplier.
All right, time check-in. 7 minutes past 4. Welcome to another edition of the Platform on Radio on your premium talk station, Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. I'm Dawn Wilson, and I shall give you insight into some of the news reports making the round. Now, don't forget, the Platform on Radio is a program where we come to dissect trending issues with correspondent reports. Our correspondents are out there sourcing reports from the field, and on this program, we take their reports and have them give us more details. Perhaps you get to hear what's not entirely in the news. In the headline this evening, 3 fantastic stories. River State Police Command confirm arrest of 4 suspected members of a notorious kidnapping syndicate. African Democratic Congress presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar criticizes President Bola Tinubu over alleged allocation of 22.15 billion naira in 2026 budget for constructing, renovating 100 palaces nationwide. And finally, former acting chairman of PDP River State, Robinson Ewo, says that Governor Similaye Fubara effectively surrendered control of the state to the FCT minister Nyesom Wike during last year's emergency rule. All right, before we get into the stories, tantalizing as they are, know that you can be part of the show by calling in to react to each of the stories. Now, when you get to the third story and after reacting or responding adequately or enough, then it becomes open season. Then you can react to any story in however you please and whatever order. So here are the numbers to be part of the show. 0810-9510-951. That's 0810-9510-951. For text messages, WhatsApp messages, and voice notes, 0701-9339-962, 0701-9339-962. Now, you can also be part of the show via YouTube. Today 951 FM. That's for YouTube. Today 951 FM. You can also be part of the show via the website where you listen, www.todayfmlive.com. That's the website to listen to, www.todayfmlive.com. Right there in the middle of your screen, you'll see a rectangular box with Listen Live. Yes, so do as you please. Now, tune in, Radio Garden. Those are apps off of Google and the Apple Store. Download said apps and then search Today 95.1 FM, and that's it. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, as they say. All right, let's get into the conversations, shall we? In a related development, the River State Police Command says it has arrested 4 suspected members of a notorious kidnapping syndicate and rescued victims, while the gang's operational vehicle was also recovered. In a statement by the Command Public Relations Officer, Assistant Superintendent of Police, ASP Agabe Blessing Carbolo, said the operation followed a report by Ike Chuku, who informed the police that his wife, aged 35, was abducted by armed men on Saturday, 11th July, while attending to customers at her shop. The statement noted that the kidnappers reportedly whisked her away in a white-tinted minibus. ASP Blessing Carbolo said while acting swiftly on the report, operatives of the Violent Crime Response Unit, VCRU, Rivers State launched an intensive intelligence-driven investigation following the directives of the Commissioner of Police, Rivers State Command, CP Olubenga Adepoju, and arrested the perpetrators of the crime. The suspects arrested are 42-year-old Owo Chinedu from Onelga local government, Isioto Waribok, 30 years old from Adoni local government, Madwa Buchi Emeka, 34 years old from Onelga, and 28-year-old Joe Karachi from Onelga local government area. Exhibits recovered include a white minibus used in carrying out the abduction. She said efforts have been intensified to apprehend the two remaining members of the syndicate who are currently at large and to recover the firearms used during the operation. The statement quoted the commissioner reassuring residents that the Rivers State Police Command remains resolute in its determination to rid the state of kidnappers and other violent criminals. It also urged members of the public to continue partnering with the police by providing prompt, credible and actionable information, assuring them that every useful piece of information will be treated with utmost confidentiality. All right, that's a good one. I love the fact we've started the platform on a good note. Now, what's your take on the sudden surge of crime activities in Rivers State? One chance is another issue that's of concern. We also heard that point of sale agents, also known as POS agents, are seriously facing insecurity challenges at the course of their business. Now, here to shed more light, head of news, Uchendu Ejowo, welcome to the show, sir.
I greet you, Dan Wilson.
I greet you right back. So this is, well, worrisome, but let's first give kudos to the police.
Of course,
they tried.
Of course. For this is a huge breakthrough.
Okay.
In the fight against criminality. Yeah, of course.
So she was kidnapped on the 11th of this month.
Of course.
And today is the 23rd. So was she rescued today, or this is just coming out now?
No.
Because I love the speed with which the police work.
It was rescued just yesterday.
Oh, yesterday? 22nd?
Yes. 22nd.
So that's 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh, that's about 11 days.
You can imagine the trauma.
All right, yes.
The whole thing that she has faced.
Yes, indeed. But anyway, the surge in criminal activities, do you think it should be likened to the states River State is in? The stalling and the lulling is now making people, turn to crime to survive? Or these are just criminal-minded people have decided, you know what, we're just going to make the state, unsafe?
If you listen to the Minister of Transportation, most times he is not known for his one word.
Okay.
Being hungry. And a hungry man is an angry man.
Okay.
And when some of these guys are hungry, that is when you see them think of crime
okay.
to commit. I had a report the other day in a village in Abia State where a little boy that went to poultry to steal a fowl was mobbed. In fact, the youth in the area, they flogged him until he died.
Oh, no.
For fowl. We have another one in part of River State here that went to steal plantain. They didn't kill that one anyway, but they paraded the young guy with what would have cost the young person to go and steal fowl. Is food. Maybe you want to go and sell it so that I can use the money to get food to eat. These are the things that could make people, and these things happen most times when, for this age that we have, they have reported here.
Yeah,
it shouldn't be just to eat; it's to feed the family.
All right.
A lot of them now have family, and they cannot cater for it with what is happening. No employment, nothing. So I think the situation we find ourselves in Nigeria at large and River State particularly. That's where let's narrow it down to River State. could be the cause of some of these things that we report.
Okay.
Of course.
All right. Before we let you go, the point of sale agents are also having their own security challenges. Again, is it poverty causing it? Is it greed? Is it the lure of easy money? What could it be that's making their lives difficult as well?
I think is here we actually brought to the notice of members of the public.
Okay.
One that just happened along this our neighborhood here.
Okay.
We are a young girl, a POS person too.
Mm.
But my concern was the way police at Chuba was trying to handle that matter.
All right.
This one, I was part of it. I encouraged that girl to go and make entry. And they traced this money to a filling station.
Wow.
Along Airport Road, close to SAS Road. They trace, these people, they have sponsors, they have friends that are working. They used this lady's POS, transfer all the money in her account to another POS. And police eventually traced that money to a POS that a filling station is using.
Oh, wow.
A POS owned by a filling station. And the manager, the owner of the filling station, and 3 other girls, sellers, were arrested. All of a sudden, the owner of the filling station and the manager were released. They now left the whole thing in the hand of those that sell at the point. Now, the issue is, are the girls the owner of the POS? No. If money enters my company and someone else comes here to say, I was one that sent this money, won't you? If money that have left your own, because that POS is linked to the company.
Of course.
And the manager or the owner of the money left your money that entered, you saw the alert, all of the sudden left. Won't you question those?
There'll be some complicity in
there.
there.
There should be. As a owner of the company, you will ask your manager, why did this money leave?
Okay.
Why did this happen? There should have been internal disciplinary action against those that masterminded the leaving of that money that entered. Because you would assume that the money entered because somebody came to buy your product.
Okay.
That's why the money entered. But leaving, if you did not authorize any purchase or whatever, and the money, such amount of money have left, you should have nothing of such. Police released the owner of the filling station, released the manager, and they had wanted to play smart, leaving the whole issue in the hand of the POS lady and the family of the 3 girls that was left in the detention. Then we came to inform them that you must not do this. In fact, the owner of the flat and the manager you have left, we are suspecting you people already. How will you tell the family to go and discuss with the owner of POS to pay the amount of money they have traced to that POS? It's wrong. Now, from your question, this is a very fast story, but the way police also handle some of the matter make people to feel that police are not doing their job. They are not. They are not doing the right thing. But the security are for the POS people, I think it's the same criminality that has thrived in this country and River State in particular. When the people have some things doing, there are things that they cannot think of anymore.
So they turn to crime. Crime is easier.
It's very easy.
All right, that was our head of news, Uchendu Ejowo, and giving us his thoughts, more clarity or more information regarding this matter. Now, here's where you come in. What's your take on the sudden surge of crime or criminal activities in River State? One chance is another issue, and now we also hear that point of sale agents are also facing the heat or facing the fire. 95.1, welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yes. Good evening, Lady Dawn.
Good evening. Robin Maja, the farmer?
God bless you. My problem is not the crime. Because crime is as old as the ages. but the attitude of those who should cop the crime. You had a Joffo, what he just told us, a practical incident that happened, how the police were to Maradona or Messi or I don't know, Oyama. A crime is committed. They should be made to face the law. Because in criminal justice, the object of criminal liability is to deter others from committing similar offense. Thank you.
Hello. All right, looks like we lost that call. 0810-9510-951. That's 0810-9510-951. We're currently looking at, kudos to the police. Like I said earlier, kudos to the police that it took, a little under 2 weeks, just a little under 2 weeks to rescue the lady. But the worrisome question on the table is the sudden surge of criminal activities in Rivers State. We have one chance. We have POS agents also facing this issue. Let's get your take. What's causing it? Poverty, lack of governance, greed, laziness. 95.1, welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from? All right. I don't know if we're experiencing network issues. All right, let's try this one. The platform, welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello, Lady D. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the show. Lady Muriel from Okrika.
Yes, this is she. Good evening, dear.
All right, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Well, all I would say is the police should just do their job. Let them just do their job and that's it. That's all we need from them. In one of your sister stations, a nurse, precisely from the UPT, she's complaining about her colleagues that were abducted. And they passed through, was it 2 or 1 checkpoints, various checkpoints, and the police just collected money and passed. And apparently, those our colleagues, their monies were carted away. They withdrew their money and then left. Thank God their lives were spared. So they should just do their jobs. That's all. That's all we need. Do your job. And if you do the right thing, we'll come out and talk about it. It's not when people come and you begin to tell them to give you money to buy fuel, and as if they didn't budget for that when people are coming. People don't have budget for fuel. People should buy fuel for people to move. Different unnecessary requests that they ask. That's why people are so reluctant to go to them. So let them just do their job. That's it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Lady Muriel from Okreka. Now, okay, you know what? Let's up the ante a bit. Should there be a state of emergency declared on, the insecurity in Rivers State, from one chance to kidnappings and all of that, and maybe, just maybe, the government should look into creating a joint task force? After all, we do have Bori camp around here. A joint task force between the army and the police, and then it's a state of emergency. So there are checkpoints, and you come down for regular stop and search. Maybe that might help curb this, bring it down to the barest minimum. And you know what? It should be all over Port Harcourt. Right now, you can't say, oh, this is a flashpoint or this is a flashpoint. It's almost as if this thing is an issue all over. What say ye? 95.1, welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Tony Oxford.
All right.
Yes, I think what is responsible for this sudden surge in crime, criminality in the country or in Rivers in particular is as a result of hunger. Yes, no job. Not everybody can stand the test of hardship. Not everybody. When the hardship is so severe, some people will resort to doing funny things. So it's not as though I am justifying what they are doing, but that's exactly the truth. And at the same time, there is no good governance. That's why hunger is in the land. It is increasing.
All right.
So that is the thing. Yes.
All right. Thank you for calling in. 95.1, welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Macaulay calling from Togo.
Pardon me?
Macaulay.
All right, go ahead, Macaulay.
Okay. This wave of new crime that is coming up now is not based only on River State. It is general. Things are not working in the country. And so you can see most of the boys that are coming to Port Harcourt to rob, they are from other states, as you can see. But from the ones we've caught, when the names are mentioned, you hear maybe Anambra, Abia, Imo, Enugu, few that are from a river state. So things are not working in the country. So if they can do things to make the country
all right,
better,
but Macaulay, I don't know why I want to give it an ethnic coloration, but these folks, a number of them were from Onelga. Is that not in River State, or am I mistaken?
No, sometimes they may claim Onelga, not from Onelga.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for calling. 95.1, welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hello? All right. Looks like that call dropped. The platform, welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Everest. I'm calling from Cuba.
All right, go ahead.
Thank you. I asked the question, said, this crime, what is the cost? You see, because I said the cost is from the government. The government is the cause of this. You see, when you hear say, that takes, yes, people chop all this big money in the radio, which they fake company or fake ministry, they chop all this big money. When we hear that, the thing they are annoyed us, boys will run into all those crimes because federal government, they are the number one people who start the crime. So that is the purpose of all this crime we are hearing.
Okay.
As federal government, if they can stop their own, those children, those youth will stop following their school steps. Thank you.
All right, thank you for calling. The platform, welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yes, my name is I'm from Port Harcourt.
All right, go ahead.
Honestly, the security in the state, to me, they ask me, the state have compromised insecurity with impunity for a very long time. Let me shock you. I was shocked when I went to a place in the first half. A place we have beauty, level, army, politics, whatever. You can move on. But somebody went up after taking all the goods. It is a construction everywhere. Nobody saw you. No security at all. That's something that everywhere in the state is full of. Such a place. How can you hear? Not hear you. Sometimes anything here. And nobody wants to say anything about that. No investigation. If the state wants to get those people, they know where to go.
All right.
They need to like that. And people are doing this because you have never shown this something. You need to everybody has a step good for that matter. What I'm saying now is the government should sit up.
Okay.
And do all the security. All the security there. Question them, question the army commander, question the police command.
All right.
Question the Navy.
Okay.
They don't have security that the rivers have.
All right, thank you for calling. All right, it's about time to move to the second story, but here's what we'll do. We'll take a commercial break, and when we come back, yes, still the platform on your premium talk station, Today 95.1 FM. We'll be right back.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
Live from the Garden City of Port Harcourt, Nigeria. This is Today 95.1 FM.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of...
I get the update for you. Bet Naija, truly Naija. It don't enter. Life it don't enter. Casino like no other with the Bet Naija.
Spin and win big with Bet Naija's truly Nigerian casino. Not for persons under the age of 18. Bet responsibly.
Bet Naija, truly Naija.
Life. The key to having a great one is in the doing. It's in the getting up every day to begin again. and again and again, even when things don't go as planned. But you can't stop now, because every step you take counts, even the fun ones when you have the right companion. Because doing gets easier with the FCMB mobile app that is built to do a life with you. The living, the moments, the everyday wins, handled. As for the banking part, that is just the icing on the cake. Do today with the FCMB mobile app, built to do a life with you. And banking too. Download the FCMB mobile app today to open an account in 8 simple steps, make instant transfers, pay bills, and enjoy seamless banking. FCMB, my bank and I.
All stand, read.
Good morning, sir. Good morning. You're welcome to Jagbajantis High School. My name is Sound Sultan, your new mathematics teacher. By the way, do you understand Pidgin English?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now what we go use henceforth? Okay, carry your paper. Carry your paper. Them for my class. People of this world, them plenty. Sins of this people, many. So many. Many times plenty, multiplier.
All right, let's get into it. We don't really have much time. African Democratic Congress presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar has criticized President Bola Tinubu over the alleged allocation of 22.15 billion naira in the 2026 budget for constructing and renovating 106 palaces nationwide. Speaking through his media aide, Frank Shaibu, Atiku condemned the appropriation as a constitutional violation, stressing that it represents an attempt to turn the national budget into an instrument for illegality and corruption. He emphasized that under the 1999 Constitution, the funding and administration of traditional institutions falls strictly within the jurisdiction of state and local governments, leaving the federal government with no legal authority to intervene. Atiku therefore demanded that the presidency, the budget office, and relevant ministries immediately publish a detailed list of the projects and urged the administration to stop using royal fathers as a cover-up for illegal budgetary practices. Do you believe or think the president has any business with renovating palaces in the country? Oh, I can't wait to hear your thoughts on that. I do agree that local governments and state governments here, they even have a kind of office for traditional rulers, and where they, deliberate on traditional things or traditional ruler things. But spending that much on a palace when they're children that, never mind. 95.1, welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Lady D, good afternoon.
Welcome back, Lady Muru.
Oh, thank you, Lady D. This is a Okreka woman. I looked at it yesterday. I saw it on different platforms, and I wondered. I said, it is not even right for even our political stools, to be subjected to politicians. It is in the right or in the hands of politicians to either elevate them or demote them. Traditional seats is now like a political, what do I call it, reward, something like that, which is so wrong. Now you allocated that kind of money to renovate palaces. You now make these traditional leaders so loyal to you that some of them who have so much influence in their community people, their indigenous, will not have any choice than to work for you, work for your re-election, coerce their people to support you. Is that the aim of this? In a time where people are so hungry, in a time where the country is going down and down, and we are borrowing and borrowing, and you allocate this kind of money for this kind of irrelevant. Do you know that even in the what they call it now, budget, there is money set aside to build churches and renovate mosques? About how many churches are lost? And I wonder, I say, my goodness, what is happening to our budget? How do these people sit down? I keep saying it's the worst of us that leads us. How will you sit down and look at this frivolities? Now, which of the denomination will you build the church for? Is it for the Catholic? Is it for the Pentecostal? How many churches have government built? So right. You come to Redeem and build for them. You go to Cherubim and build for them. What are they doing with our money? And we don't even have the money in the first place. Thank you, Lady D.
Thank you for calling. All right, let's see if we can't get any more calls. 2-3 more calls, and we'll move to the third story because we're going to end a little earlier today. 0810-9510951. The platform. Welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Lady Dawn, once again, good evening.
Good evening.
See, look at the insert you read out as declined by the African Democratic Congress presidential candidate, former vice president. Do that not negate our constitution? But the president and the president of the Senate, Akpabio, subjecting Nigerian constitution to ridicule. Very unfortunate. And of course, it's clear that is gratification. So that they will use the umbrella of traditional institution to coerce the people to vote for them, whether they are liked or not. And that is it's wrong.
All right. Thank you for calling. 95.1, welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello, Tony Osfor once again.
All right, welcome back.
Yes, I mean, the president has no business, creating, palaces and all the traditional, tools or whatever, because this was they are purely and they fall under the local and the jurisdiction of the local and the state authority. He has no business at all doing this thing. They are just inflicting our money. I mean, doing whatever, because but he should know better. He should know that these things are not his own right constitutionally. Why are they doing these things to us?
Okay.
Why are they doing this things to us? They should.
We get you.
They should do something tangible. People are hungry in the country. Why not use these things and build factories? Build, the agri sector.
All right.
Corporate security. These are what we want.
Thank you for calling.
This is a complete misplacement of priority.
All right. Thank you for calling. All right, so let's get into the third story. Like I said, we're kind of pressed for time. We're closing a little earlier on this episode anyway. The former acting chairman of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in Rivers State, Robinson Ewo, has said that Governor Siminalayi Fubara effectively surrendered control of the state to the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike during last year's emergency rule. Speaking in an interview, Ewo claimed that Fubara's public declaration of support for a rival candidate is old news, as the governor had already conceded political leadership long before his formal announcement. According to Ewo, the governor's recent statements do not accurately reflect the political reality that has played out behind the scenes. He also alleged that during previous state of emergency negotiations with the minister's camp, Fubara quietly handed over the leadership structure of the state's 23 local government areas to Wike. The PDP chieftain maintained that the governor's political alignment with the opposition candidate simply confirms a surrender that had already taken place dynamically over the course of Rivers State's political crisis. All right, so do you think Governor Fubara was selfish with his alignment with the Rainbow Coalition, or did he do the right thing? All right, let's get your thoughts on that. 95.1, welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Don Wilson.
Robin Maja, the farmer?
Mascot.
Oh, Mascot. All right, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. And God, the God of all ages, will bless you.
Bless you too.
But I have never seen such a witch. He's not even a politician. That is Siminalayi Fubara. This defection to the rebel coalition, what is it going to imply? What is the effect? Why not, when you don't know what to do, you keep your mouth shut?
All right.
We know that
Okay. You know what? Yes, I know we all feel some type of way and all of that, but come on, at least respect the office of the governor. I wasn't too sure. I think I heard you say witch. I was trying to wrap my head around that, and then please, let's be civil, all right? 95.1, welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Lady D.
Welcome back, Okrika woman.
Yes,
All
yes,
right,
thank
welcome
you.
back.
Well, the governor's new Well, when you love something, you fall in love with something new. The old one now becomes trash. You know, I think the governor is in his right. Is in his right to move to any party he loves, but I think he shouldn't just malign his supporters just like that. Abandon them like trash. No, it is wrong. You tell them that they should join this. They should. Actually, these are supporters that you've been caring for or you've loved, over the time. Carry them along, pamper them. No, these are supporters that you abandoned. Immediately you came from Abuja, you say, hey, no more simplify this, no more simplify that. And people still loved you, nonetheless. But yet, after doing this one, in fact, is the icebreaker. You're telling your supporters that if they are not hearing well, they should use cotton wool and clean their ear, that there is nothing for them. Why are you saying this? Why are you maligning people that supported you like this?
All right.
It is not right now. Look at the FCT minister. See, he cherished his supporters. He's ready to go down with them. Nobody is saying you should do heaven and earth, but again, respect the people that have followed you.
Okay.
Give them hope. Next time, nobody will want to follow you again. It is wrong.
All right.
For me, I'm not regretting supporting him. But you don't just malign people, treat us on that, and you say, follow me. Follow you to where?
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling. The platform, welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good afternoon. Gift calling you from Yenagua.
All right, go ahead, Gift.
Yeah, as a supporter of Chief Wiki and at the same time supporter of Sim Fubara, I was angry with the governor for not standing by his boss, who is our boss, for no just cause. All this hue and cry that you are hearing, let me tell you the simple truth, and that is the gospel truth. These are not the organic supporters of this governor. Go
All
and
right.
check the record. These are people that were against the governor's election. But because of the quarrel, you know that word about the enemy of my enemy is my friend or whatever.
Indeed.
That was what they did. They just, opportunistic persons, decided to just come in to fight where there was no fight in the first place. And he permitted it. Thank God.
Okay.
On his own, he has realized and he has stopped them. And that is their anger.
All right.
Use that cotton bud to clean your ear.
Okay.
I'm not ready again.
All right.
I'm
Thank
not
you for
sharing.
calling.
He
All
was
right.
sharing though. Thank you.
All right. 95.1, welcome to the show. You have 1 minute, please, so we can get to text
Hello,
messages.
Don. Good evening.
Good evening. Chima DK.
Yeah, Chima DK from Oguta. I mean,
All right,
Don, the
yeah.
capriciousness of the governor is something that you cannot predict him. If actually the governor handed over the state to the minister after he came back from the suspension, how come he went to purchase the form again for governorship? Was he not contesting the governorship? Wasn't it among the negotiation or the agreement? That's what we're talking about. When a man's way is not straight, even God himself will not be with you. Now, see the way you talk to your supporters, they are heads. Are they heads of car? Are they heads of coat?
All
You
right.
don't command them. What I'm telling in essence is that even till now, I don't still trust the governor. I don't trust him because a man that speaks for just himself without minding people that are following him, without minding the detriment of what he's going to cause. Now you purchase a wicked for
Okay.
nothing. Almost
Okay.
brought him down for nothing.
All
And
right.
now you come tell us that you're friendly coalition.
Okay.
Because you know that you are not necessary. You're
All
not
right.
even getting
Thank you
any
for calling.
input or any impact
All
about
right.
it.
All right.
Don't
Thank
think
you. All right. Thank you for calling, Chimadike. I had to let you go so we could get to as much text messages as we can. Like I said, we're shutting this edition a little early. The hunger is so high. That is why. This is from Ima. All right. Presenter, do you know why our leaders are the biggest problem we have in this country? How can our president budget billions of naira to renovate our traditional palace? All this political strategy, our refineries are not working. And that's from Chijoke. The problem in River State is that politics crippled governance after Amechi left office. Everything turned upside down. Joblessness everywhere. Only a particular people are employed. Election is near. Tell us to follow him to people. Okay, that brought tears to River State for 6 months. Lady J, we Rivers youth will not be pushed around anymore. And that state of emergency Tinubu gave to Rivers, we must pay him back by voting him out in 2027. Please let Governor Fubara just finish his 4 years and go. Let Rivers people choose another person who is ready to govern us from another party. Actually, it's Lady D, not Lady J, but okay. Rivers people are wise and know what to do in 2027. Ndu, thank you for that. Let's get into this. I think we have 2 voice notes. Let's see how far I can push this. Good evening, presenters. My name is Ben Felix from Apple Road, Rupoko. I so much...
that will make River State use to grow, because they will want them to be doing this kind of thing so that tomorrow they will call them to give them 10,000, 5,000 naira. They don't want the youth to grow. So all these things is coming from the politicians. Let the politicians sit up, look for something to give these boys to do. Let them go and learn skill. Yeah? The boys are ready to work. Let them go and learn skill. Thank you. I take it from UP Sanford Burukiri.
All right, thank you for that. Let's see if I can get into this. I hope this voice note is not too long, but let's see.
Good evening. I want to speak on an article condemning government budgeting some money to replace palaces. It's a pity about the budget. Where this APC-led government is taking Nigeria to. It's a pity I'm glad to find they are making mockery of Nigeria before the world. Well, for those who are surprised about it, they should not be. There is nothing. All this government can do does not exist. It's a means of vote buy. They already started buying the votes. They also allocated some money to renovate mosques and churches. They want to penetrate into traditional rulers, religious leaders. This is a pattern of vote buying. Because they know they'll fail. They've not done anything. And they want to come back by all means 2027. We should continue. Or whatever beginning has an end. Frank of Sanford Communication.
All right, thank you for sending in your messages. Unfortunately, this is where we have to bring the show to a close, but never fear, we'll have another edition tomorrow. Don't forget, the platform is produced by the Awesome News Department. So till same time tomorrow, do have yourselves a lovely evening.
Sorry, touch your conscience.
Governor saying don't move on.
He said don't go back to his family.
Okay, before him leave the family.
Before him being leave them, now he don't go back to them.
Okay. Then I said I can move there alone.
You don't finish. Hello, good evening. Welcome. Wait to be anywhere they call us from.
I'm not being a couple of Mamagua.
Sorry?
Hello? Being from Mamagua.
Okay, Vin. Which of the story touch your conscience?
Now that they will ban the battery, they will pack them. We don't hear it.
They don't already ban them. They don't enforce them.
Good. But the problem is, see, we get serious issues to tackle in this country. And if you want to tackle the problem, tackle it very well. If you ban sachet, not if you ban sachet, there are expensive drinks in that shop. What matters is that they will tell it in the shop, they will tell it in the shop, not the project again. You come, they mention 100 naira for you, or 200 naira for you, in class. It doesn't make any sense. I don't take alcohol, I don't support it. But that's not the method of eradicating alcohol. Use the right method. That method is more work. Because if you want to eradicate alcohol, where you try to sachet, there's more than what's in bottles. Those are very expensive. But those people that are selling they will divert another method.
They will begin selling shots.
Shots. Maybe 100 naira, 200 naira, they pour for you, pour from out. And you go, it doesn't stop anything. So I don't know why they in this country we don't do things right. We don't do things right. I don't know why. Things are not done well in this country.
All right.
So that's on. Let's go do things well. And people that will hear it, foreigners that will hear it, people that they will know that this is not going in this country. Don't you just come, you just bring one method, one case.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Today 95.1, wait to be anywhere they call us from.
Hello, good evening, Mary Queen.
Good evening. Wait to be anywhere they call us.
My name is David. I'm calling from Allah.
David, all the way from Allah. David, which of the story touch your conscience?
This is a misplaced priority. If they ban the sachet, what about people using millions to drink champagne? Is alcohol our problem in this country? It's a misplaced priority. Then coming back to Fubara have gone back to his family. We all will go back to our family too. Thank you.
Okay, so you go obey the charge, eh?
Yes.
Oh, that's nice. All right, thank you. Hello, Today 95.1, wait to be your name?
Good evening. My name is Chichi.
Good evening, Chichi baby. How you doing?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm great. Where they call us from?
From Cuba.
Chichi.
I like that certificate when you want stuff, mostly for drivers, because that cop who they know you and sit down, they take them back there, they did them. Like one day I put your man, they go my train. I saw the driver, no, caught and finish peace for me to. Okay, in the sit on. I can't shout. I said, oh, that nice screen, they leak. Because I said for that motor, and I thought they go to think. I don't think why when they drive heavy truck, they go come see all this small motor like ants. I thought they go to drive. So me, I really like it. Thank you.
Thank you, Chichi. Thank you so much. Hello, good evening.
Hello, Queen. Good evening.
Hi. Welcome. What's your name? Where they call us from?
I'm Everest. I'm calling from Chuba.
Everest, all the way from Chuba. Which of the stories touch your conscience?
Now that shashet, I be my own.
Made them ban my baby, they no ban them.
They try them. They don't ban past my neighbor. They don't ban Geresun. Don't ban Musago. Oh, na poor man. They won't go enter this one again. If I did here where the drink they go, that day me and them go die together.
Nobody they die.
See, let me tell you, they say they want to care for children. What about the school? What about the school? What are they? They not take care of children for school now. For that's it. They won't come the single and say, oh, so that we're gonna say that, and then they take care of children. I beg, let them try and we they wait for them.
However, if you buy the big bottle keep for house now, they sip and small.
I don't feel that. Now that's one where I can feel collect. They try them.
Thank you, Everest.
They beat me. I don't go here again.
Hello, welcome. Where to the Apple? Where to be your name?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Welcome.
My name is AB. I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
AB all the way from Port Harcourt. Which of the story touch your conscience?
I can agree to my friend first now.
A friend don't go to go pour water. I know they are.
Okay. Yes, our governor say he has gone back to his family.
Yeah.
It is true. Because people they see governor as somebody, I mean Kubra, as somebody will not get paid. But the man is half sense. You know, when Kubra will leave this place, if you don't reconcile and go back to them, they will withhold him with EFCC. So he's covering everything that they would have done after his exit. So he's trying to protect it. So I am supporting it. Even me, that's the same thing I will do.
All right. Thank you too. Thank you. Hello. Good evening.
Hello.
Hi. Good evening. Welcome.
Okay. Talk your mind from Abua Odwa.
Talk your mind. I beg, tell us your real mind.
Waiting the vex me now. Waiting him do. Making no say, him don't betray people. And his supporters they cry. Not the only that. He remember say, waiting Judas Iscariot as he take betray Jesus. If waiting happen for Jesus Iscariot, he big go. So waiting you no go fish starter. I mean I've been head down to starter. Thank you.
Thank you too. Thank you so much. Hello, good evening. Welcome. What's your name? Where they call us from?
Mary Queen.
Sir.
No, the studio.
Sorry?
Normally the studio.
Yes. Not only me there for now.
Okay, enjoy yourself.
Now what you just called the Tebi?
Na Regina, the couple Chegochi.
Regina, Loyana, Fire Down. Which of the story touch you?
Our daddy governor saying don't go back to his family.
Oh, wait.
Already in there for the family before now. We know saying they are now. The one way in there they do us willy. All this one way they do us now. We know saying in there already go back for long in there.
Okay.
It's good for him. Then the one where they say the one band started drink, it's good though. It's good for me. It's good. But that one where they buy millions, where they make them, where they use that money. You know, say when drink don't enter millions, billions, make their money again now our money.
Oh, wait.
That one where they use our money then. But they also buy that now. You know, it go good.
because the money will return to us. Let they ban those ones. Now, it's important too. Because when leaders, they alcoholic, they intoxicated, it affects all of us because everything what they do, they made the user, they made they use their correct brain.
All right, thank you.
So
Thank you.
let the bank use millions. Those ones where they use millions, they buy.
All right.
Let they buy and our money.
They listen to you. They listen to you. Now I make one a day important.
Now our money be that. Make the
Thank you. All right. MC Kuro, it shocked me. Say nobody even talk about the 22.15 billion. That's Nigerians don't tire. They don't even.
Now the sachets they important to them. That
Say your Billy they go where you don't understand. Nobody even talk that one.
No.
But I'm going to enter messages 0701-9339-962.
Okay. SMS time, it don't reach you. This one say many river students got scholarship to study abroad. But Wike frustrated them and sent them back to Nigeria when he became governor. But the use one word, man, is that. But the man sent all his children to study abroad on state scholarship. How do you know it was on state scholarship?
How do you know it was on state?
Sure, I'm state scholarship. This Sim Fubara comment I want to hear from Honorable Nda. Okay, not to understand. Good evening to you all. In respect to the population issues, our population is not the problem, but our leaders in the 1970s and 80s, even in the early 90s, we have industries, refineries, and other companies that people can work with after graduating. But now all these companies are gone. Our population is supposed to be an advantage to us, not a limitation. Thanks. So you catch E from Rumigbo. Okay, that's also a good point.
Yeah, population they add blessing when you get better leaders. But not be say population they grow, infrastructure no day, companies no day, everybody will come be liability to each other.
Okay, this one say MC Kura and Mary Queen, I greet on her.
We greet you back.
Governor Fubara don't finally give out his kidneys, liver, and even his fallopian tube. He don't carry the red pen and over give Minister Wike. P.O. from Rukboku.
P.O. You've been dating and they do hand over all these things.
Okay, this one say, hello, good evening, MC Kuro and Mary Queen. Please help me tell Governor Sim to continue to support Wike Izoga and also tell Izoga to change the name of the state to Obiakpo State. How? But please, he should allow Rivers to support whosoever they want, not Wike candidate. Please, thanks, Orusoso.
You just talking from out now. What day of election, you vote who you want vote.
Let's see him go. The government allegedly know how to eat Nigerian money free of charge. God help us, please let them remember the poor people. Oh, let's see him go there alone. No need looking for his followers because they don't know what is behind. Is going back, Mommy Ma.
Mommy Ma, thank you.
Good evening, MC Kuro and Mary Queen. Governor Fubara has done it all. He has so disappointed and insulted the so-called supporters. He told us to clean their ears with airballs. What an insult. For the graduation of Wike's son, Nto, to all the blind supporters. Rivers indigents were stopped and brought back from foreign scholarships so that they would not come back and rule. Shame to shameless politicians. Mark from Eshin, I send that one.
Okay.
On a good evening, please, why are the politicians sending their awards and keys to study abroad? Is it that they lack faith in the country's educational system? MC Kuro, for instance, is a first-class graduate of who? MC Kuro. Which one will say MC Kuro is first class? Which kind of expensive joke is this one?
That's they wish you were now.
We are first class. Which one will say first class? I graduated with 1.2.
What is first class now?
1.2 na message. Leave me with my pass. Won't use your first class, don't worry my pass while I graduate. How many politicians will you see we don't graduate in first class? You know the pass and 2. You take 2, the university take 2. Everybody is okay. I have joined Rainbow Party or Rainbow Coalition. Says Fubara is a disappointment to many politicians and supporters. I don't even want to hear his voice again on my radio. I pause when his voice is played. I cannot worship man. God, Mr. Sammy, don't they pause when now your governor.
Governor can laugh for don't go get BP because of politicians. And they tell you truth though.
The governor can only speak for himself in this entire journey. To his back to land movement and endorse whoever he wants to endorse. But to tell the entire Rivers people to move into his direction may not be possible. That solely lies in the hands of the citizen. As Senators Odima, what do we expect? That's always been the pattern. Please, if I may ask, when Amici lost his mother, did you as a people console with him? What is sentiment we encourage? Dante, thank you.
Me, I console with them, so I'll not be sentiment. We know they encourage sentiment. I condole and we talk and hear.
Yeah, we did.
So if you be not listening that day, also you not listening that day. But in Sikuro, we have to go.
Now we're done.
All right, thank you for your calls, for your messages, for every even say you just did there listening to us. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow. Not go anywhere. The news they come up after the news. If you still come back on Chukmat for the Tory, Ade and Rona go attend to you. Una bye bye.
In real estate, it's not just about buying land or houses.
It's about buying rights.
At Odibola Properties Limited, we don't just sell land or houses.
We deliver verified properties with the right roots of title.
Because the strength of every property is the root of title, not noise, not unverified claims.
Built on integrity, backed by proven track record.
Odibola Properties, your investment is safe with us. Visit us today at Nyawale Inserim Layout, Tombia Extension, GRA Phase 2 Port Harcourt, or visit our website www.odibolaproperties.com or call 081-551-67904 or 070-655-69887.
Odibola Properties.
Our word is our bond.